This bill increases the general fund reserve to 13.4% for 21-22 and 15% for 22-23.
And that was part of the focus because during the COVID pandemic, the state quickly exhausted its reserve funding in just 3 months. At the Capitol, lawmakers are moving forward on a massive transportation funding bill that was passed by the Senate and now moves over to the State House. Its goal is to raise more than $5 billion for transportation to tackle what many see as the state's largest issue. And the Avs up 1-0 in the opening round of the Stanley Cup playoffs against the Blues with a 4-1 victory. Game 2 tomorrow in Denver. That's the latest. I'm Connor Shreve.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, taking a look at your ride this morning. A couple slow spots, and that's going to be through the downtown Denver area as you travel on I-25 as you make your way northbound. Just going to be stop-and-go traffic from 38th out to about Globeville. And as you make your way southbound, after you pass 38th, you are tapping the brakes from there until you reach Colfax. Give yourself a couple extra minutes for that ride. As you make your way eastbound I-70 from Arvada out to DIA, got a delay-free drive. Will take you under 40 minutes. Fox 31 pinpoint weather today is going to be another cool day, mostly cloudy with a high of 65 degrees, low of 48 degrees. Current temperature is 51 degrees with your Impact Traffic and Weather. I'm Kate Thomas, 630 KHOW.
Give spring a whole new sound with Audible Plus. Listen all you want to thousands of select Audible originals, audiobooks, and podcasts, including exclusive series. Start a free 30-day Audible Plus trial when you sign up at audible.com.
Putting off refinancing because you think it's a hassle? Think again with Ideal Home Loans. Here's owner Brent Ivinson.
So many times people avoid this process because it's such a headache. There's so much involved. And that's really about the company you're dealing with, not the process itself. There doesn't have to be a bunch of red tape. There doesn't have to be a bunch of headaches. With us being a direct lender, we can make this fast, simple, and easy and have you saving money right away.
So what are you waiting for? Get started now online at idealhomeloans.com.
Thanks to our digital technology platform, we can handle this entire process remotely. So you can really start from the beginning and end without ever having to set foot in our office. We can do everything electronically. You have infinite amounts of options.
Pay off high-interest debt with Ideal Home Loans. Do home improvements or just lower payments or shorten your term with idealhomeloans.com. First, they listen, then they lend. 303-867-7000. That's 867-7000. You don't pay a cent until you're content. Only with excelroofing.com.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide stock. That's stock. Enter it now at khow.com. Keep listening to win. With a $12K a day is the...
BUMMY in the promo code, Gummy. So if you order the cherry bombs and put Gummy in the promo code, you get 50% off. That's realcbdthatworks.com. Suze is trying CBD for inflammation because she lost her taste buds after COVID. And her smell and olfactory stuff. And here's what happened. The docs thought, hey, maybe it's from inflammation, you know, and CBD helps with inflammation, so we'll see if it helps. Of course, it's not a cure-all. Nobody is saying that, but it does help with inflammation, pain, and, of course, anxiety. So, Suze, you already took it, right?
I've taken 2 doses.
Here's what you're going to find out. You're going to just tell me if it does anything to your mood, lifts your mood or anything. Just tell me, because I want to know if you get the same feeling I do when I do it.
You can ask Mark that, too.
Did you do it last night?
Good idea.
Did you do it last night?
I took one last night
It's
and
none
one
of your
this
business
morning.
if we did it last night.
Did you sleep well?
I did. I got on my monitor on my watch. It said I got over 2 hours of deep sleep.
Wow.
Which I hadn't gotten in a while.
All right. Now, by the way, we have a case right now we're going to revisit. And Eileen called originally and said, we have a company that put a tracking system in our home, and they ruined our floors. That's the short story. The tracking system was done by Accessible Systems of Northern Colorado. Now, they put these tracks in. This is the first time I'd ever seen it. These tracks go on the ceiling throughout the house where you want them. And then you have a sling that suspends from the track, and you can get assistance in a harness. It can even help propel you. It's really a remarkable system. I mean, I've never seen those before. You know, I've seen the kind you sit down, you go up the stairs and all that, but I've never actually seen this tracking system. But Eileen had it put in. Eileen, how long ago did you have that put in?
The installation started on September the 3rd.
Yeah. And the tracking system is working fine, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And so you had no problem with their business as far as putting in the track. And your husband has a serious condition, very limited mobility, and this helps him, huh? And so
absolutely.
Yeah. But you know, by the way, where'd you find out about that tracking system? I had never heard of that. Where'd you find out about it?
Actually, since Arthur is a disabled Vietnam veteran, the VA has a contract with this company, and
okay.
So they are the ones that
recommended it.
Yes.
All right. So anyway, here's what happened. You say when they left, you noticed your floors were trashed. Is that it in a nutshell?
Yes, we had just in the end of June finished the refinishing of our floors and had new hardwood laid in both bedrooms.
And now you say it's so mucked up, spot treating and repairing won't help.
That's what we are told, yes.
That you have to redo the whole floor. How much is that going to cost?
I have no idea.
Okay.
And I think she had a dozen experts out to look at the floor.
She did?
I think.
Wow. Did you have a lot of people, Eileen?
We did have several people come out, and all of them said the same thing, that the floor was actually not able to be sanded again, and in order to take out the dents and the split wood, that would not.
Why did you have so many out? After the first, second, and third said it needed to be replaced, why did you go for 4, 5, and 6?
Oh, just because, Suzanne, that's just how I am. Don't know.
Okay,
paranoid,
so did you ever talk to Mike, the owner, up at the Accessible Systems of NOCO?
Yes, I did talk to Mike, and he asked me what we thought, and I told him that it would be difficult, if not impossible, from what I had learned and the research I had done, that the floors could be fixed.
But they did offer to send their floor guy to try to fix it, right?
Yes, he did come out the day after Tom, we talked on the radio.
No, you mean Mike's floor guy did?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk to Mike. Hey, Mike, owner of Accessible Systems of Northern Colorado. Did your floor guy give you a report?
Yes, he did, Tom.
Okay. And I thought that was fair. She let him out there because at first she wasn't cooperating. She thought she didn't want anything short of all new floors. And what did you have to say about that? Or your floor guy?
So when my floor guy came out, he did say that he agrees that due to the hardwood being 3/8 material, it cannot be sanded down. He felt that he could do another coating over top of the existing flooring, which would take care of the majority of the issues, including refinishing areas that we did not touch. And
to blend them, you mean? To blend them, yeah.
Yeah. Basically go over with a whole new clear coat to refinish the entire living area, dining room, kitchen, hallway, all that 3/8 material.
Okay. And the fact that it can't be sanded again is because of the age of the hardwood, I guess? And
No, due to the thickness of it.
Okay.
It's only 3/8 material, so it can't be sanded
Oh,
down.
I get it. Okay.
It's probably been sanded multiple times.
Who knows?
Twice.
Well,
It's just a
Twice.
thinner product than your typical 3/4
no,
inch
I get it.
hardwood.
I get it. So it can be, though, you can probably screen it and top coat it and make it look good. But are there any gouges where that top coat would not fix them?
Potentially. There is a couple spots in one particular area we dropped a hammer, and so that area, what he suggested would be that he actually cut that out meticulously and then epoxy fill it and try to color match those particular areas.
Okay. So how old is this floor, Eileen?
The floor was installed when we moved into the house in the end of 2008.
Okay. So let's, hey, we had our expert go out. That's the thing we wanted to do. We wanted to see what our expert, or one of them we have up north, Family Carpet One Floor and Home. And let's talk to John, see what he found. John, welcome to the show. John Martinez, what is your service area, John? You go up in that area?
Yeah, we're Longmont, Berthoud, Loveland, Boulder.
What did you find?
That area.
What did you find?
Well, pretty much the same thing that Mike's guy saw in that a screening coat. Actually, it would probably take a double screening coat, but that wouldn't take care of the indentations. But the problem is not the application. The problem is the intrusion on Eileen's and her husband's life. He is an invalid. He can't just very easily load him in a van and go stay at a motel for a couple days. He has to actually go to an assisted living facility of some sort. So it's much broader in their case than it would be in yours or mine.
I wonder how they did it last year when they resanded.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
How did they do all of that without moving him?
So what did you do, Eileen, last time you redid all the floors?
The last time we redid those floors, my husband was in acute rehab.
Okay, got it. Okay, that's fine. That's enough. That's fine. I mean, I just need to know. So I understand the special circumstances, but here's what I want to do. I want to try to be realistic here because, obviously, there's a limit to liability. I mean, obviously, if they did damage, they should try to fix it and make you whole. But there becomes a time where damages, it can be almost ridiculous. Like, for example, by the time you talk about temporary housing and floors and repairs, I mean, we could be talking about $100,000. I mean, and this is like something maybe insurance has to step in, or are they really liable for all of that? Now, again, I want to ask John, is this damage widespread, and is it from them, or is it just an older floor? We were depending on you to give us an unbiased look. Is this damage widespread? Would you say they pretty much marred up that floor pretty good?
Yes, they did. And
okay, and he doesn't have a dog in this fight.
No, but if it's been sanded twice, that floor has age to it. How do you break down what is owed by who? I mean, you can't just put a brand new hardwood floor in and expect the guy to pay everything.
No.
If the floor's 20 years old.
No, I know. I get it, man. Go ahead, John.
I'd like to interject.
Who's interjecting? Who's interjecting?
This is John Martinez.
Okay, go ahead, John. The floor guy. Yeah.
The refinish job was done by Lee's Hardwoods in Windsor.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the rest of the floor just is in pristine shape.
Okay.
And for them, they would have easily gotten another 12, 13, 14 years out of it.
Okay.
It's just immaculate.
And you're the expert. Okay. Okay. That's good to know.
And so what Eileen and I kind of discussed that would cause everybody the least amount of money is actually, and to put her back in the similar position she was for, is it would be more ideal to replace the existing floor with a pre-finished floor and that way the husband can stay home.
You're right.
John
You're
can
right. And again, I need to see where Mike's head is on this. But listen, Mike, we sent an independent guy. John doesn't have, like I said, a dog in this fight. And from all indications, he's on our referral list. He's smart. He knows what he's doing. He's saying you pretty much marred up that floor a lot. And, wow.
I don't think he denies that. He said his guys dropped a hammer and other stuff.
Yeah, but I think in the beginning he was underplaying it a bit. I'm not saying he's lying. He was saying that, it wasn't that extensive.
We've had a few calls over the years where a refrigerator leaks because someone installed the water line wrong, and it hurts hardwood floors in some areas. How did those end up when the insurance companies got involved? Did they end up doing the entire hardwood in the whole house or just that area?
Well, let's find out if we've ever had that happen, where maybe John has had that happen. We'll talk about that and more coming up.
The Piketon Massacre, a riveting true crime podcast, is back for Season 2. In 2016, 8 members of the same family were slain. Today, a local family of 4 await trial for these murders. The podcast examines the details of this horrific case.
They're accused of doing this together. They're accused of trying to cover it up together as a family.
Listen to The Piketon Massacre on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
My lawn is the greenest in the neighborhood. I don't want to tease my neighbors, but I'm going to tell you it's the truth. Mr. Green Jean's been taking care of our lawn for a long time. He does maintenance landscaping, which is cleanup, aeration, lawn care, tree and shrub care, sprinkler repairs, and installation, fertilizer treatments. He can be your landscaper, too. And that's not a small thing, by the way. It's very rare that they have openings because, once you get filled, you're filled because it's a family-owned and operated company. Tammy and Bob, their son Travis, and their crew, 303-426-4945. Be their next customer, 303-426-4945. Mr. Green Jeans, LLC.com. When I was speaking about Mr. Green Jeans, and now I'm speaking about the Art of Granite, you know what comes to mind? I know all of these people personally, like friends. Mitch Fleury is a buddy. Mitch Fleury owns the Art of Granite. He does countertops, any kind you want. It'll be wholesale, right? And then what he does is he fabricates and installs. He doesn't even charge for tear out and haul away. He doesn't charge for the bathroom when you do the kitchen. TheArtofGranite.com. You can get your price on the phone. It'll be an honest, close price. 303-386-50. Oh, excuse me. Let me do it again. 303-386-5919.
The house you're living in right now, could cost you less. You've just got to refinance to one of these historically low mortgage rates. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for my friends at American Financing, reminding you there's never been a better time to get an absolutely free mortgage review with no obligation and no upfront fees from American Financing.
About this floor stuff? So here's what I think, Tommy.
Why are you being mean to her?
I think she's over the top. Here's what I'm thinking, that the handicap installer folks owe the cost of double screening the floor, not the cost of all the floors. That's betterment. Then there's betterment there. If it costs $2,000 to redo the floors, that's what he owes towards the job of the new floors. Doesn't that make the most sense?
It makes a lot of sense, but
I just think I want to be fair to these handicapped folks because I think they're getting the raw end here.
You mean the people that put the stuff in?
Yeah. To cover the cost of what would be the screen, and she can put that towards a new floor.
Why when I search Troubleshooter Network?
It's wonky, isn't it?
It doesn't bring it up in YouTube. I mean, I can find YouTube by going to my channel, but for those searching, how do they find us?
Referral list. It's referral list. What are you talking about?
No, it's
Troubleshooter Network live stream.
No, you can find it. Yeah, okay. I was just not clicking the right spot. Okay, so cool. Look at your hair. No, it looks good. It looks thick.
Oh, it is thick. I've got a lot of hair, my hair girl says.
Hello, peeps. We got the crowd on today. Anybody notice this morning the radar line of showers and T-Storms are moving?
People can tell us a great question. Ask everyone you know what matters to them. Work the angles. Question authority. favor facts over conspiracies and trust standards over hearsay. At MSNBC, this is who we are.
It's Brian with Advanced Mudjacking. Does COVID have you home and you're noticing sinking concrete, interior floors, garage, patio? We can fix it. Call Advanced Mudjacking, 303-424-9441. Advanced Mudjacking at yahoo.com.
If you're a man contemplating or facing divorce, a simple misstep right now could hurt you down the road. Find out how at an informative free seminar. Explain the stupidest mistakes made when facing divorce.
It's free.
Embassy Suites Denver Tech Center on the evening of June 10th by the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell. Sign up today or get more information at CordellCordell.com/seminar or call 866-DADS-LAW. Cordell & Cordell.
Try the duck.
8101 East Prentice Avenue, Suite 475, Greenwood Village,
I
Colorado.
gotta stop sitting back like that. That's probably too much back. What's that? You know, why I sit like that.
Yoga, man, I hate to keep telling you, but they'll stretch that back at every...
Stretching is good as long as you don't hyper-stretch. And I really should do stretching. I really should. I'll bet you half of my problem is fucking hands.
Ridiculously low
I
price.
can't get up there. Holy shit. I'm not a morning person.
TotalWine.com.
This report is sponsored by Z-Quill. Pure Z's all night.
I just want the freaking sinks open back up so I can not have to bathe in a fucking sink.
On Fox 31, pinpoint weather team meteorologist Kylie Burst.
Up at 2 a.m. Again? Tonight, try Pure Z's all night. Unlike other sleep aids, our extended release melatonin helps you sleep longer and longer. Z-Quill Pure Z's all night. Fall asleep, stay asleep.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Frank Duran, the real estate man. You know what he does? He lists homes, he sells homes, he helps you buy homes, and what else he does is a free market valuation of your home. Trust me when I tell you, this market valuation is not a drive-by. It's a close, serious analysis of what the market will yield for your home. And he bases it on hundreds of homes he sells every year. And it's free because he wants to enhance his market knowledge. And, of course, if you decide someday to list, maybe you'll use them, although there's no obligation. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, 303-920-1622. All right, so, Suze, you had a suggestion.
I did.
Go ahead.
So that suggestion is, okay, fine, let's put new flooring in, an LVT or a pre-finished product, and then maybe Mike would agree to pay towards the flooring what it would cost to rescreen the floors. Because at some point, she's getting betterment by brand new floors.
She is getting betterment. There is no doubt. However, John, the flooring expert, says this floor, she's not getting much betterment because this floor would last 15 years.
But how many if it was brand new? If it lasts 50 years, then what?
No, I know. What we're saying, John, I'm sure you know the concept of betterment. When you damage something of someone's, you don't have to put them in a better position. You simply have to make them whole. So the point is this. A brand new pre-finished floor, what would that cost in that house? What would it cost?
You're probably in the neighborhood of about 15 grand.
And how much if it was the same hardwood she has now?
Rescreened.
Well, not rescreened, but just the entire job.
30,
how much?
They said.
30. That existing floor, if it was new, would be 30, right?
Yeah, because of all the see, the other factors that come in with a new with screen and coat is the moving out factor of getting a moving company in.
No, we weren't talking about screen and coat. We were talking about if you replace the existing floor with like floor.
Yeah, about 30 grand.
All right, man. So here's the thing. I don't think Mike's a bad guy at Accessible Systems of Northern Colorado. I just think that it's unfortunate. And Mike, listen, man. I know that you guys, didn't intend to have all this. Do you have insurance that covers you?
Yes, we have general liability insurance. If we can avoid that, I mean, we all know if we can avoid insurance, it's probably a better deal.
Do you have any? What do you feel? I've not asked you. What do you feel would be an adequate solution? What do you feel? Like having your guy repair it, right?
So I guess I'm open to two options, Tom. I would be willing to either try recoating it, and I know the complications that come along with that as far as Eileen's husband happening to leave the house. We deal with people like this day in and day out, so we understand the complexity of somebody like him trying to be out of the house for several days. So I understand that that's not maybe the best solution. I am willing to, probably pitch some money in towards replacing the new floors with a pre-finished.
How much are you thinking?
Well,
if it's let's say it's 15 to do the job. The way I don't know. Anyway, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt. Go ahead. What are you thinking?
So there's roughly 1,200 square feet of hardwood flooring, and there's quite a bit of area that is not damaged. Kitchen, dining room, living room, or excuse me, not the living room, but the third bedroom, all that. So Eileen had thrown out a proposal to me last week when I had met with her, but then that tune changed yesterday, and she is expecting me, from my understanding, for me to pay for 100% of this.
Hey, I didn't realize there was some different rooms. So you're saying, for example, their bedroom is
totally
hardwood?
Different rooms. But here's the thought, and I know this gets weird, Mark, because it won't match.
Well, once they added upstairs, replace the upstairs as well? I mean, how far does this go?
I don't know. I'm asking for people to give me opinions because, see, Mike, I know you're not trying to skate, but you're trying to do the best you can for the least you can. That's that you're in business. You're supposed to. And again, there's a limit. Like I said, there's got to be a limit, for God's sakes. You can't rebuild a house. I mean, there are times, Mark, when a small piece of damage, people want everything. We've had cases like this, but I don't know what the limit is.
I'll tell you where I ran into this in automotive. We would somehow ruin a tire, okay, and it would be on a vehicle that had all-wheel drive, and they'd want me to replace all the tires. And there's no way. My insurance company always said no. I owed them the one I destroyed. It's not my issue that another tire they want to replace. I mean, that's how my insurance company always looked at that stuff.
No, and the way loss is looked at most of the time in court is that if she got betterment, yes, she would have to either chip in or they'd have to figure out something. $15,000 gets her a brand new floor throughout her whole house, which includes about what percentage of the house? I'm going to ask John, and you're still on, Mike. John, what percentage of the house is damaged? If you take the damage and you condense it, is it 10%, 20%, 30%? What is it? How much floor is not affected and not even connected?
The two bedrooms, the hallway, the living room, and the dining room is about, and I'm just guessing because I didn't throw measurements down, is about 1,100 square feet maybe, but the two bedrooms wouldn't be replaced. The only thing that would need replacing is the hallway, living room, and dining room. So,
and that would be $15,000.
About 800 square feet for about $15,000, and then the bedrooms, which can be screen and coated while Eileen and her husband are still in the house.
But if he didn't do any damage in there, why would they be screening and coating
to match the new floor?
To match a new floor that's fake, or you know what I mean? It's LVT.
No,
it's wood right now, Mark. He suggested replacing with LVT.
No, that's not what he just said. I'm sorry. Say it again.
He's saying to replace those floors
with 3/4 inch real solid hardwood, pre-finished, in the living room, kitchen, dining room, and hallway.
And then match the others. But here's the thing: 3/4 inch is way better than she has now. She has 3/8 of an inch.
I don't think that's what he was saying. Are you saying LVT in some areas and then hardwood
he's not,
in others?
Mark. He's saying hardwood. That's what he's saying. Hardwood, pre-finished hardwood. That's exactly what he's saying. And then match the other ones to the pre-finish. But the thing is we're talking about giving her 3/4 inch hardwood, and right now she has 3/8, less than a half inch. Or excuse me, 3/8. Yeah, I mean 4/8 would be okay. So here's the thing: less than a half inch. I mean, it does seem she's getting a way better floor, John. Yes, no. Of course.
It would be a better floor, yes.
A way better floor. So, I mean, if he's willing to pay a portion of it, Eileen, at some point, here's what I'm going to say, because this is just the way it is. And I'm serious. At some point, Eileen, you either negotiate with Mike, and I'm not saying you have to,
But you either negotiate with him or you take it to court. And taking it to court, by the way, no matter what, will never work in this case because you both lose. Because you don't get attorney's fees. So I don't know what you do, Eileen, but I do know this. I do know that I would probably negotiate, and if he's willing to pay a portion of the new floor, I would do it. He's not going to pay all of it, and I don't think he should. You're ending up with that. It would enhance the value of your home. You would be looking at 3/4 inch solid hardwood as opposed to a 3/8 of an inch laminate right now that you have. I mean, really. You don't have full hardwood right now.
And then what do you do for those transitions where you're going from the 3/8 up to the 3/4?
What he said was this. Those are 2 bedrooms. You simply screen those to match.
No, but I mean
there's no level change.
Okay.
I don't think there would be a level change. John, would there be a change in the floor elevation or level going from the bedrooms to the hallway?
There is right now. There would not be after the fact.
Okay. So anyway, what were you going to say, Eileen, about him paying a portion of this?
Actually, the floor that we have currently right now, my understanding is it is solid ash.
Well, okay. Is it solid ash, John? Is it solid 3/4 inch hardwood floor?
Oh, no, it's solid 3/8.
Well, what is the 3/8? 3/8 is tiny. How can that be? They don't make 3/8 planks. So are these planks on top of a press board? What is it? Is it an engineered floor? What is it?
No, it's a solid 3/8, and there for quite a few years they were offering solid 3/8.
You could literally buy floor that thin.
Yes, solid.
3/8 of an inch solid. Eileen, you're right, Eileen. It is solid, but I don't think you understand what we're talking about. Normal hardwood floor is thick. This is 3/8 of an inch. You have solid hardwood, but it's almost a laminate, for God's sakes. It's so thin. I mean, it's just 3/8 of an inch. So you're getting a way better floor. Way better. Now, at your age, you may not care, but it's going to enhance the value of your home. The value's going somewhere. And I don't think Mike should have to pick up the entire new floor at 3/4 of an inch solid hardwood. I don't know. Let's put it this way, Eileen. The guy's willing to talk to you, but he's not paying the whole thing.
I wish he'd just make an offer.
Or should he?
He's just not. He's not paying the whole thing. Now, so you got to make up your mind what's fair. I don't know. Eileen, I can't tell you.
Well, what would you ask for? Same circumstance. It's 15 grand.
Oh my God, I don't know. I was trying to think about this.
7?
I would say 8,500 at least.
What does he think about that? I mean, that's coming down quite a bit from 15.
If he paid 8,500, let Mike stew on that. I got to take a break.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown at 2, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance, where you only pay for what you need.
From the Pat Fred Sports Traffic Center, taking a look at your ride this morning. Got some slow spots as you make your way northbound on I-25. Got a disabled vehicle blocking the shoulder. Seeing 5 minutes worth of delay, so you're tapping the brakes at Alameda until you reach 8th. If you're traveling on I-70 westbound, you're seeing some delays due to another disabled vehicle blocking the right lane. That's going to be a slow drive from Monaco all the way out to Steele. Looking at less than 5 minutes of delays, though. Fox 31 pinpoint weather today. Another cloudy and cool day with a high of 65 degrees, low of 48 degrees, possibility for some scattered thunderstorms. Your current temperature is 51 degrees with your Impact Traffic and Weather. I'm Kay Thomas, 630 K How.
Liberty. Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
K&H Home Solutions has a sale going on for the rest of this month in honor of Mother's Day. Now, you don't have to have it done this month. You just have to call and arrange it, okay, or have a meeting or whatever. Here's the bottom line. The more you buy, the more you save at K&H. They've been in business 65 years. I've known them 40 of those years, including the old owner and the new one, Ted. Here's what you have. Provia entry doors, 25% off. Now add windows and doors. You get 30% off. Add siding, windows, and doors. You get 35% off an entire facelift. Now, when we're talking about windows, we're not talking about any window. Soft light windows, which are Energy Star winners 7 years straight. That's also the best siding in the business, Everlast, with a durability for a lifetime, solid through and through with the colors, and it's a palette of colors with rich wood texture on the surface. So, go to K&H Home Solutions, and here's how you do it. Make your own appointment, khwindows.com. So, real estate right now is hit and miss. Man, there are some houses flying off the market. Others, well, you don't know why. Or you're looking to buy, and you can't get your foot in the door, literally. You need an expert like Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Call Frank and his team, whether you're buying or selling, and don't forget free market valuations of your home, truly free with no obligation. 303-920-1622.
Hi, Dan Cicchini with Dunright. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. Spring and home show season is the best time to get your new look going in your home. Unfortunately, nearly every home show in the state for this time of year has been canceled. What about that, Todd?
Well, Dad, let's bring the home shows to them. Right in your home, we'll lay out our tried and true methods and products, actual cabinet style and color selections, our countertop options, all of the updated looks to get that shower replaced, and an awesome digitally interactive window and door design process.
And we'll bring the show savings right to you also. Folks, when you book your full project now for select install dates, you'll enjoy our traditional 8% home show savings.
Call and check us out. Whether it's a kitchen, bath, some counters or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, Dad?
As always, you have our word we'll treat you right at Dunright. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
My wife is probably the healthiest person I know. She eats right, she's always physically active, but for some reason she's had some very naughty and uncooperative teeth. Long story short, those teeth had to go. Fortunately, Kristen got help, as you can, at Aspenwood Dental Associates and the Colorado Dental Implant Center, where Drs. Yaros, Augustine, Zeppelin, and Son represent the leading edge of dental implant technology and care. Just several weeks ago, Aspenwood Dental completed an implant and what's called a 3-tooth bridge for Kristen. I can't say I understand it all, but what I know is that if you see Kristen's mouth now, thanks to Aspenwood Dental, you absolutely cannot tell which are her original teeth and which are the new ones. And if anything, the implants are stronger and better than the originals. Kristen was overjoyed with the quality of care at Aspenwood, the kindness and friendliness of the staff, and you will be too. Whether you need implants or dentures, or even your regular checkups and cleanings, go where Kristen and I go, Aspenwood Dental. Learn more and get started with a free consultation at aspenwooddental.com. That's aspenwooddental.com.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows, so take advantage of our new Fast Track loan with an unbelievable low rate of 2.25 rate and APR with no closing costs on a 15-year fixed loan. That's right, no points, no fees. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial, a trusted lender for over 20 years. Even if you've refinanced in the last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 2.25 rate and APR won't last long, and our new Fast Track loan process can get it done in record time. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. 844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at 844-425-3669.
NMLS 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender. Rate subject to change.
Colorado is more than a state. It's a state of mind. Here, we each do things our own way. And yet, state politicians want to create a one-size-fits-all government health insurance system called the state government option. It gives politicians greater control over your health care, threatening the coverage you already have and increasing costs. It's time to tell politicians we cannot afford the state government option. Learn how at coloradoshealthcarefuture.org.
You don't pay a cent until you're content. Only with excelroofing.com.
630 KHOW,
an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, I was looking at white papers published on the doctrine of betterment and how courts have decided over the years. I haven't digested enough to talk about it. But it said, on appeal, one of them said, on appeal, a court noted, if defective construction can be repaired, the proper measure of the owner's damages is the cost of repair, and anything above that, they should pay. So in other words, what would it cost to repair that? And you subtract that from the cost of a new floor, and she pays the difference. Now, that's in one case, okay? I'm only looking at one isolated case here that a court of appeals went to. But it's been one of the most confusing things to ever explain to people. And I know why. Even with a car, if you're not planning on buying another car or planning on buying new floors, all of a sudden they say, well, here you go. Now you got to pay for them because you just bettered yourself. I know it seems unfair, but you do have added value there, theoretically. So, did you talk to Don off the guy off the air?
Mike, yes, I did.
What did he say?
So he said he would prefer it not to go to court or go through insurance, but he does have business partners that he has to present any sort of solution to, and wanted Eileen to call him directly to negotiate. Eileen,
this guy is not mean. He's not hostile. I think you should call him and talk to him.
Well, and you know what? I would like to do that.
Yeah.
I would be more than happy to do that.
Good. At least
I got cut off before I could finish my statement.
Go ahead.
I said 8,500, but then I think that it would not be unfair to ask for $2,000 for inconvenience.
All right, Eileen, just
really
talk.
Hard.
Eileen, talk to him, okay? Just talk to him. I can't tell you what he's going to do.
You know, you guys seemed, I wasn't here last week, both of you, Suzanne and yourself, seemed like you were kind of against that guy. Why? Did he...
Against what guy?
The owner. Last week, did he, say he didn't do any damage and I found out he did?
I have been totally for the installers, Mark.
I'm not for anyone. I, honest to God, go back and forth. You look at...
I just didn't know what transpired last week.
I'll tell you what. In a pure world... if she had a floor that's going to last her 15 years and this guy damaged it, she shouldn't pay a penny. But no matter what, the law looks at it a different way, I think. I'm looking at different laws right now, different precedents. But in general, they're saying if she gets a brand new, better floor, it's not fair to this guy to pay for the whole thing. But that floor would have lasted them the rest of their lives. Okay, in a pure world. He never said, he was never a jerk. I was never against him. He did, however, he did kind of undersell the damage. He says, look, that it's not that widespread. It can be fixed. And our guy, John, says, no, the damage, they did a pretty bad job on that
What about the email?
Well, someone emailed us who's familiar with the home and said you would have to have a magnifying glass to see all the scratches.
Yeah, but I believe John better. But John's an expert.
Saying, that's the other side, too.
Yeah, and he even acknowledged he dropped a hammer on it
in one spot.
Yeah.
I mean, John, let me ask you something. When you walk into this place, do you walk in and say, oh, my God, this floor is wrecked? Seriously.
It's impossible to answer that because when I went there, she had no less than about 150 pieces of blue tape on the floor.
Oh, got it. Okay. All right.
Okay.
But what is your opinion of this floor? I mean, really, I mean, how gouged is it? Even where it's scratched. Now, you know where it's scratched. A screen can fix it and a top coat. How many spots will a top coat and screen not fix? That's what I'm really interested in. Because the top coat and the screening and top coat can fix all those surface scratches. So how many are not going to be covered by that? How much is really enough that you would have to replace it?
About a dozen minor indentations.
Now, see, I have a whole different... Okay, I'm saying, here's what you do. This is what I would do. Mark, you asked what I would do in my home. Here's what he said: a dozen minor indentations. Did you hear what he just said? A dozen in 1,100 feet. So here's what I would do. I would say to them, I want a screen and top coat done. And in addition to that, I want something for site allowance like an insurance company would do. That's what I would want. I'd want the repair, the screen and top coat, along with an inconvenience or site allowance fee. So, see, that's really the issue. The real issue is if you do a top coat, only a dozen minor indentations remain. So now that's putting it more in perspective, isn't it? Now we got to get to all of our people here. We're running behind. And Don has a problem with Air Canada. Don, just very quickly, what is that problem with Air Canada? What is it?
Well, the problem, Tom, is that I purchased 3 tickets for a flight to Rome on December 16th.
Ooh.
And
now, this coming December?
No, last December 16th for a flight for this July 18th. And the 3rd ticket was for my sister-in-law who had a credit with JustFly.com, and I paid the difference between that credit and the new ticket. Then it went into dispute because they never gave us her ticket.
Okay. So you said you had a credit. Hold on. We'll come right back to this. This is going to be a little more complicated.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear Ross Kaminsky in the morning, Dan Kaplis in the afternoon.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
The Betfred Sports Traffic Center taking a look at your ride this morning. Got some slow spots as you make your way southbound I-25. Running into some construction at Spear Boulevard. Seeing some backups from about Park right now. Less than 5 minutes though. As you travel southbound in the Littleton area on Santa Fe, be prepared to tap your brakes from Bulls out to Aspen Grove. Got some construction going on there as well. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Today's going to be a cool day with a high of 65 degrees. Mostly cloudy day, possibility for some scattered thunderstorms, low of 48 degrees. Your current temperature is 51 degrees with your Impact Traffic and Weather. I'm Kay Thomas, 630 KHOW.
Life hacks. What would life be without them? Here's a life hack you may not have thought of. Using Allstate's low auto rates to save money. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit Allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
So today, you know what I have going on? Rocky Mountain IV Medics will come to my home and I'll do some IV therapy. What is IV therapy? You know, the IV drip. It's the most common therapy there is for wellness, for trauma, for hangover, for migraines, for whatever it is. If you're sick, call them, Rocky Mountain IV Medics. They'll come the same day. You can either call or text 720-987-2155. You don't pay any more than if you went to a IV clinic or an IV bar, but they do it in your home. 720-987-2155. You notice one of the themes here is saving money, right, or getting great services like that Rocky Mountain IV Medics at your home. Well, how about this? How about having a floor covering place come to your home with samples of what you're interested in, and you buy there and you save 20, 30, 40%. You get better installers, better warranties, better financing, better people. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Try it. You'll like it. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
History is beautiful, brutal, and often ridiculous. At least it is on the Ridiculous History Podcast. Host Ben Bolin and Noel
God, I guess I almost want to just reboot this damn thing.
And have covered
I might have to reboot it. Is it the you got to have them do it, right?
No. They have a little icon you can do it. I'm just
right here. You can do that, huh? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Human civilization. Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
COSHotTubs.com of Colorado Springs is one of the only hot tub dealers in the country who bought enough tubs to supply them through the pandemic. The wait is over sale. 14 manufacturers, hundreds in stock, same week delivery, no wait time. Ask about the deposit forgiveness program. If you bought a tub somewhere else and you can't get it, you may be able to apply that money towards one of our tubs. COSHotTubs.com. COSHotTubs.com.
What does her ascension mean to you?
Ask a simple question.
Everything she is the first woman of color vice president.
Ask everyone you know what matters to them.
Let's be clear, this is about fraud.
Work the angles.
Tonight here on MSNBC, we've got a special coming up.
Question authority.
What specifically are you going to do?
Be tough on the answers.
Just not true.
Favor facts over conspiracies.
What should American citizens know?
And trust standards over hearsay. At MSNBC, this is what we do. And this.
Dan, do you have pictures of all the blue tape?
Homes equity to work. Here's owner of Ideal Home Loans, Frank Ivanson.
There is this perfect storm to tap into your equity right now. Homes have gone up everywhere, so you've got equity to put to work. When you couple that with record low interest rates, you have infinite amounts of money.
Shit, I broke this court.
Get it with Ideal Bastards. 303-867-7000. Do home improvements with Ideal Home Loans. 867-7000. Or just lower payments or shorten your term with Ideal Home Loans. 303-867-7000. There's never been a better time. And I can't think of a better company, Direct Mortgage Lenders.
Imagine building savings and cash, getting rid of credit card debt, and paying your house off more quickly. It's a real possibility right now with the current interest rate environment we're seeing.
First, they listen, then they lend. IdealHomeLoans.com. 303-867-7000. That's 867-7000. Or get started online. IdealHomeLoans.com.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
And we're back with Emo, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb. All right, maybe what do you think?
Either. That's actually some pretty good commercials.
Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs.
Yeah, that one company hates that. You only pay for what you need. We'll tell you what you need. Fuck it.
All my business now, my business hours are whenever my customers need. My phone's going through my customers processing now. UBC Life, the change are a different world.
Your business is
This is Outsystems, the most complete full-stack application development platform for professional developers. Quickly create mobile and web applications, chatbots, and reactive web apps for any device.
What is that, Johnny Carson?
No. I thought it was. I thought it was, I just wanted to see, they said this was we're going to do.
Did you get that email I want on the pricing?
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Seasons powering her community's comeback. You can power the comeback too. Find a vaccine near you. Call 877-CO-VAC-CO. That's 877-CO-VAC-CO.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, Don, the way I understand it, you bought 3 tickets, and one of them you wanted to apply a credit, right?
Well, my sister-in-law's ticket was, she has a credit with JustFly.com.
I understand. Were you buying the tickets from the same place that issued the credit?
No.
Then how did you expect that credit to be transferred over to where you were buying tickets?
Well, when I talked to Air Canada, they told me because they dealt with JustFly.com, there would be no problem. They would be able to handle the credit, and I would just pay the difference, which I did.
Okay, so what was the difference?
The difference was $461.
And what went wrong? What went wrong?
Well, what went wrong is that the tickets, the very next day, they dropped her from the reservation, gave me a new booking number.
Why? But why?
Well, the emails I have from the manager said that they were working with JustFly.com and they haven't been able to resolve it.
Okay, so therefore they did not send her reservation through. So were you able? So where do you stand right now?
Well, where I stand now is that the issue was resolved because I complained to MasterCard. Synchrony Bank was handling the MasterCard account.
Right.
And they resolved it. And on May 23rd, I was credited back for all 3 charges. Then on April 20th, Air Canada recharged me for myself and my wife, acting like the 3rd ticket never existed.
Okay.
And so I've started a second dispute.
When was the first
Canada.
dispute credited?
It was credited March 23rd.
Of this month. I mean, of this year.
This year.
And it wasn't a temporary credit?
No, I got the full credit for
Now, here's what I want to know,
charges.
though. If you got a credit March 23rd, why did they recharge you? What was that? Why? Just out of... That's the part I don't understand. Did you go back into... Go ahead.
They recharged me because what they did was act like the third ticket, which they could not get any agreement with JustFly.com, never existed. So they just charged me and my wife.
I understand, but why? But you got credit for you and your wife, and didn't you?
I did.
But then why did they decide to recharge you if you disputed it? Okay, hold on. That's the part I don't understand.
Hey, reality check here. Will the numbers add up for your retirement plan?
It sounds like they were pissed or something. I don't know, man.
When we hit age 72, we have required minimum distribution.
Well, it sounds like if he disputes it again, he'll win again with his credit card company. I didn't quite understand what he was saying, to be honest. On the third ticket.
Time to get your AC checked before it's too hot to bear. Fix It 24/7 has a deal for you. Clean, check, adjust, and practically refurbish the AC and furnace too for just $68. That's both services. Since they work together, it makes sense. Plus, you won't find a better price for the extensive work and...
Shannon, what's that top secret password again?
That's FixMyHome.com.
No, it's like password or something. What is he? You're the one that told me it.
Radio app, #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
No, it's for the normal user.
I'm Ariel Reshef. In North Carolina, District Attorney Andrew Womble in Pasquotank County said the investigation into last month's shooting death of Andrew Brown Jr. was, quote, justified, saying deputies feared for their safety when Brown ignored commands and tried to flee in his car.
What's that?
I'm going to order a knife.
Oh, yeah, you like that shit.
You don't like Jimmy John's? Why?
I don't like cold sandwiches, man. Never have. Never have. You want me to order? Give me a meatball sub. No, I don't want anything. I got racquetball today. I'll fucking go to sleep if I eat. I never eat lunch.
A new bipartisan commission to investigate the January 6th siege at the U.S. Capitol.
That pizza we had the other day was good, but man, it makes me tired. Doesn't it make you tired eating lunch?
Recommendations when it comes to screening for colon cancer.
Yeah, you're right.
Health experts say people of average risk should start screening for colorectal cancer at 45 years old.
Give me a fucking break. I just want a goddamn sandwich.
Severe storms and more rain is on the way.
A flood in
Mercy. All I want is a sandwich. Can't fucking find a sandwich.
Outbreak of severe weather.
Hello?
We're definitely not going nowhere.
More than 150 water rescues so far. Firefighters rescuing 20 people in Baton Rouge. More waiting to be pulled from their homes. On Monday, parents were going to extremes to pick up their kids from school, wading through waist-high water.
Obviously, I'll do anything to
ABC's Marcus Moore. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear a case on a Mississippi anti-abortion law, a move that could lead to the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
Man, listen to this. The phone cord got wrapped around her shifter. The vehicle didn't go into park. Did you see this?
That's my sister-in-law.
Oh my God, we got to get this on.
Is she on the air?
No. I just see the email from John Jones.
Yeah, that's Amy. That's
she on the air
Stephanie's sister. Stephanie's sister. No, she did it by email.
Oh man, this is a great call. We need to do this one.
Federal court for simply helping people cancel their timeshare that they had been lied to.
Oh my God.
The jury sized me up and came back with a verdict after only 20 minutes. And yes, I won.
My husband and I are more than grateful to everyone at Wesley Financial Group. You know, thanks to Chuck and his team, we feel as though a weight has been lifted, and we can move on without the worry of a troublesome timeshare.
Whether you owe $10 to $250,000,
the DTC will no longer deliver here. You have to call the one on Dartmouth for future. If I kill over tomorrow, Dartmouth. technically we're like a half-quarter mile out of their boundary, and management's cracking down. I heard you talking about that call. No, that call hasn't come in yet.
Why don't we put that on the air?
I haven't even heard of it.
Okay.
The first I heard of it, you're saying some phone cord got wrapped around a shifter.
It's crazy.
Will you want to forward it to me, and I'll call them?
It's the policy that's crazy. That's up to Tom and someone Stephanie knows. But it's the policy that's insane. The policy only covers death, dismemberment, or paralysis.
Right.
So, honestly, why would it cover any of that?
Well, what was the damage? What was the
And what
injury?
John is saying is he wants to meet her in person to go over it, which she doesn't even live in the state.
No. But,
What was the injury from it?
Knee surgery, scraped up leg.
It's her sister.
When she got out of the car, it started rolling. The door opened.
Stephanie Rick's sister?
One sandwich?
Yes, it was Stephanie Rick's sister?
Yeah.
Is she okay?
Oh my God, she
Do you
was
want
dragged
a
several
cookie?
feet.
You don't want any.
Well,
Okay.
if you order a cookie, I'll take a picture.
He's like a drug dealer. Hey, you want some pizza? Hey, you want a sub? What do you want?
Some heroin?
Hey, you want some wings? Pepsi, anybody? Diet Coke? Oh my God, was she okay, or it really did screw her up pretty good, didn't it?
Oh my God, thousands of dollars.
Is sponsored by
Holy
SmartMath,
shit.
the only 24-hour mouthwash with twice daily use. From the Bat Red Sports
Pay with Google. I just want to fucking pay.
So this is hilarious. Deputy Marty and Deputy Dollar are having lunch today. Ken is off on Tuesdays. He's still going to take cases, but he joined a golfing club.
Oh,
Help
no
keep
shit.
him busy.
It's good to see him back out of the oxygen and shit.
You better leave our people alone. Get me smart.
Marty is getting his toes done last week. I'm like, okay, princess. Yes, he's like, getting my toes done, but I'm still listening.
You know, I did that, right?
Do you get it done every week or every couple weeks?
What color toe polish?
No, I don't.
That's what I asked Marty. What is it, pink, green?
I've had a Chinese foot massage, but I've never had the pain.
Mouthwash is sold, so pick up a bottle today or visit smartmath.com to learn more.
The Piketon Massacre, a riveting true crime podcast, is back for season 2 in 2016.
This thing literally took. It's still not rebooted. Oh my goodness!
A local family of 4 await trial for these murders. The podcast examines the details of this horrific.
Hey, you've been watching that one where the flight takes off, and like it disappears for like 2 years, and then the airplane comes back, and all the people are on it. They think it's basically the same day. What's it called? I don't remember. It's on season 3 now.
Manifest?
Yeah, Manifest. Have you watched it?
No. I wanted to wait.
It's pretty. Well, you got 2.5 seasons.
I know, but
it's pretty good. But this season's like it's starting to jump the shark, man. It's getting a little weird. Now they all think that maybe they're all. No, well, shit, man. One of them kind of thinks that. But
wasn't there one?
Not
Wasn't there
reincarnated,
one that
but
turned out to be a
resurrected.
dream? Wasn't there one that turned out to be a dream that pisses me off? Somebody said that. I was going to watch the whole series.
Oh, and then at the end, it's all a dream. That would piss me
Which
off.
one? Suits. No, what was?
That would totally piss me off.
There was something. There was something. Everybody was watching it. It was on network TV, and everyone was pissed. It was like that, Manifest, like that, but not that. Is there something? Okay. Is anyone listening on the YouTube yet? I want to ask them. I'm Tom.
Your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by RenewHomeInnovation.com. Renew Home Innovation, where Nick and his team do American Standard showers in a day. Now, when I say showers the next day, that means they start the job. Sometimes they get it done in a day, sometimes 1 or 2 days, but they start the next day from the time you sign with special discounts for seniors and veterans. They specialize in the wet area of your bathroom. That means the shower and tub area, they renew that whole area. It's beautiful. Now, you can do the whole bath if you want. Some, of course, do. Now, they do these custom showers, low threshold openings, no threshold openings, so you can wheel in if you're have a disability. Grab bars, custom, made for you. Renew Home Innovations. 303-904-2000. 303-904-2000. RenewHomeInnovations.com. Now let's talk. We want to help you any way we can. One of the areas people get ripped off in more than anything, Mark, restoration. Restoration. Oh my God, let me tell you.
If you had to pay cash for restoration, it's like what, $200 a fan you rent for what, an hour? It's ridiculous.
Here's what they do. They come to your home and they see dollar signs and they think, okay, he's got a wet basement. So they start setting up fans and they charge your insurance so much per fan per hour or per day. Then they start doing decontamination. Sorry. Here's the point I'm making. All that has to be done, for sure. Fans and decontamination. I don't know what's wrong with me, but anyway, this stuff has to be done, right? But it's the way some of them do it. They just pile up. Then when they're all done, then they get you for reconstruction. All I'm saying is this. You need to be careful when you hire people to do your disaster restoration.
And never have the disaster restoration, in my opinion, also be the contractor.
I don't want them to. Or if they're going to, I want it to be two separate contracts. Now listen, I'm saying all of that because we have someone on the referral list, and I'm assuming that's what they do because it's called All Dry. Crosby, are you a restoration company? Crosby, hello? Let's just recap and get him back when he's on, okay? So I will wait until we have him. I'm going to go to the phones. 303-713-TALK. Desiree, what's going on with you, Desiree? What's happening?
Well, I spoke to you yesterday about Champagne Motors.
Okay, let me get my notes on that. Champagne Motors. And Desiree, as I understand it, you inherited a salvaged car from your dad. Excuse me, your dad, right? What? No, no, you bought. Did you buy a car or inherit? No, you inherited it from your dad. You took it there, and they closed up. You said they closed their doors. The car's missing. You have no idea where it is. We called and still got voicemail. What happened, Suzanne?
So, Tom, then I reached out to them via Facebook, and he did message me back saying, "Hello, please have her call."
Okay.
So I think she just needs to call up there, and then I guess, Desiree, if they don't answer, leave a voicemail for them to call back.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. He just texted me a picture since then.
What did it say?
It's for Colorado Roadside Posse and a phone number, so I wonder if her car is in a tow yard, because that's what this sign looks like. I'll have to show you. I'm just seeing this.
Wait a minute. Is this guy closed or what?
He just said have her call, and then overnight or this morning he sent a picture of this private parking lot sign, says Colorado Roadside Posse with the phone number. So maybe that's where she's supposed to call.
It sounds like they pushed the car out to the street and it got impounded or something.
No way.
Let's call it.
All right, hold on. We'll figure it out. Suzanne, is Crosby there or not?
He said he was there and he was trying to talk to you.
Then it must be our end. Crosby, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, thank you. Crosby, are you in the restoration business?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Okay, now, All Dry would assume that you clean up after water events.
That is correct.
Okay. Do you also do after fire events or smoke events?
We're specializing right now in water, mold, and hoarding. Those are our three big
Oh, my God. We got someone who specializes in hoarding. Crosby, believe it or not, that has become not so uncommon. We get calls now and then from relatives needing help.
I've heard that. I've heard that's starting to be a big thing, and so we wanted to kind of tap into that market early and really focus on that. So that's one of our big parts.
And you can help people how? How do you tackle those problems?
So like you guys were talking about earlier, one of the things that we work with you, the client, as well as insurance agents, because we don't want to come in and just rip everything out for the sake of we can get an extra $2,000 or anything like that. At the end of the day, if a client doesn't have to file a claim, we don't want them to file a claim. I don't want their premiums to go up. And likewise, as insurance agents, they don't want to get dropped by a plan by having too many claims filed. And so we're going to work with both of them to make sure we figure out what's best for the client and make sure that they're not going about anything crazy. We also don't do the rebuild for the simple fact of we don't want to blur the line.
I love it.
We want to focus, stay in our lane, and do what we do really well, and let somebody else do the rebuild so that way we're not tearing out your cabinets or taking down walls because, well, we can get extra money that way. We don't want to do that. We want to do business right, and that's what we're really here focusing on.
All right, Crosby, hang on if you can, because I wanted to give people tips on when they have a disaster. Seriously, one of the big problems we have is they call us after the fact, after these companies have racked up thousands of dollars in bills, and then they put liens on the house. It's terrible. So hold on. Yeah. And by the way, this is all dry services on our referral list at referrallist.com. You just heard him. He's not going to purposely rack up with the bill. He's not even going to start an insurance claim or expect you to unless you really need to. So hang on. Now, Don, here's the deal, Don. I just need to get a clearer picture of this. 3 tickets to Rome, July 18th. What I need to understand is when you called to get these tickets, you said, oh, by the way, my sister-in-law has a credit coming from justfly.com, and they said, we can work with that. You just pay the difference. So you paid the difference for that ticket plus the full price for you and your wife. And then they had a problem getting that ticket for your sister-in-law, getting the credit, right? And at what point, then at what point did you contest the charge for all 3 tickets when they told you they couldn't help you?
No, it was, yes, but that's after talking to 2 floor managers.
And where was this? What floor managers where? What ticket place?
Air Canada.
Air Canada. Okay. So Air Canada then issued the credit, or did your credit card?
The credit card company, Synchrony Bank, issued it.
Okay. So March 23rd, you got it. Then why did Air Canada recharge you again?
Because one of the statements in the Synchrony Bank letter is that the merchant has the option to provide supporting documentation.
Okay. So while the merchant did not try to do the 3rd ticket because they knew they couldn't, they did know that you had 2 tickets that should not have been disputed in their opinion. But what I want to know is this: are you calling me today because 2 tickets will do you no good because you want all 3?
2 tickets will do me no good because this whole trip was based on us taking our sister-in-law to Rome.
Then how about this as an alternative here? I'm just mentioning this. What if you simply bought that 3rd ticket for your sister-in-law and then worked separately on getting a credit from justfly.com?
I'd be happy to do that, but Air Canada's never offered it.
Well, Air Canada doesn't have to offer it. With Air Canada, you simply buy another ticket. It's not Air Canada's problem to go get that credit. That's your problem. Don,
no, I understand that, but the tickets were bought with the assurance from Air Canada.
No, I get it.
There would be no problem.
But now they say they can't get the credit. Is that right?
That's right.
But
and
why?
Now they also say that, well, JustFly.com says that there are no more tickets for this flight.
What does Air Canada say? No more tickets?
They're all saying that, well, they're saying that the flight is full.
Now, is it possible to buy 3 tickets on another flight and have these 2 tickets for you and your wife moved?
They won't do that because since they're economy tickets, they're non-transferable and non-refundable.
This sucks, man. So you have 2 tickets, but the whole reason you did this was because you wanted 3 tickets. And even if you wanted to buy a 3rd ticket, there's none available.
Right, and I made that clear when I bought these 3 tickets. That's why when they gave me
What was the reason? I get it. What was the reason Air Canada could not get the credit that you had coming with Just Fly?
Well, it's my sister's credit, but they never gave me a reason why.
Why did your sister have a credit with Just Fly?
Because our original flights were for last September when it was all canceled by COVID. And we got our credit back from United because we were flying out of Denver. and JustFly.com gave her and the person she was traveling with out of Columbus, Ohio, they gave, instead of refunding, they just gave them a credit. Whereas my wife and I got our original refund.
Doggone it. Doggone it.
Doggone it is right.
This is really complicated. Suze, who should we give this to really? Here's what would be the solution, is that Just Fly issue a ticket to their sister-in-law, to his sister-in-law, his wife's sister, for that flight to Rome.
I'll shoot it over to Smarty Marty.
That's what we want to do. And I refuse to believe there can't be one ticket. Come on. Can it
Tom,
be?
she called and tried to do that. And they said that there were no tickets for that flight with Just Fly.
I wonder if Just Fly doesn't have the credit and they just don't want to tell her.
Well, I think they have the credit, but they may not want to pay it.
Well, that's what I mean. But this sucks, man. So if you canceled your tickets right now with Air Canada because it does you no good, what would Air Canada say?
Well, that
might be the easiest thing. Here's what I'm getting at.
That would be the easiest.
You disputed the 3 tickets, and they said no. One of them is okay to dispute, but not the others. This is what you need to do. You need to say, that's ridiculous. That would be as if I bought a ticket for me and my son, and my son's ticket was approved and mine wasn't. We can't go without the third person. So the fact that they couldn't get us the third ticket, makes the whole thing unusable. I would try that. Let Deputy Marty try that one. We should just try to get a full refund from them.
New York Times best-selling author and renowned business coach John C. Maxwell is coming to the Denver region for the 2021 Kingdom Business Summit, June 16th through the 18th at Charis Bible College in Woodland Park, Colorado. At the Kingdom Business Summit, you'll gain practical business tools from Maxwell
and other top business.
It doesn't.
Plus, you'll enjoy ample networking opportunities. Register today at Kingdom Business.
Flight changes depend on airlines
Use the exclusive code
and policies.
TPS21 iHeart for a substantial discount.
I love when you can call and get a price on the phone and depend on it. And I love companies like the Art of Granite because of it. Here's what the Art of Granite does. They quote you on the phone. Why do they do that? For a couple reasons. First, because they only charge for the actual fabrication and installation of your counters, which, by the way, can be any solid surface, any stone. They serve the entire mountain community and the Front Range as well. Open 6 days a week, closed Sunday, a beautiful showroom in Golden. You can make an appointment simply to just go to their website, and that is theartofgranite.com, or you can call them for a price. Remember, all materials are wholesale. Tear out and haul away is free, and the bathroom's free when you do the kitchen. 303-386-5919. That's 303-386-5919.
Wouldn't it be great to escape to your own condo in the mountains, your own log cabin in the mountains, somewhere you can get away
out for delivery,
or even work remotely? Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for American
God, they're
Finance.
fast. How can it be out for delivery already?
Including a second home is very affordable right now, thanks to interest rates that are still close to record lows. And when you work with American Financing, you don't just benefit from custom loans, you actually get the full home buying experience because they partner with some of the top realtors in Colorado, so you can feel confident you're buying the right property.
I missed your whole powwow with the referral list member. Are you done with him, or are you bringing him back? Gotcha. I'm trying to get this Ira Siegel guy on. I might have to. I've been dropping some bombs on these contractors, and it does make them come on. So I'm giving him a chance to decide on his own first.
Did she call that place?
What?
The place the guy emailed you the car thing. Hello? You said
she's calling now.
Okay.
Are you at the front door?
One of the finest
follow up with her.
All right, we'll be right back.
The way that they do business, the ownership, and the management. From the top down, they believe in excellence. Hence the name.
Did you get me a sandwich?
First of all, they will never
put a cookie
into anything like
get me a cookie
contract or saying we'll take care of whatever your insurance wants to take care of. When it comes to roofing, they believe you need to be fully informed, so they give you a full
Just
contract.
so you know, I'm in text with that girl. She's calling the number, and she's going to text me back after she calls it.
Yeah, I bet they pushed it out into the street, and it got picked up and towed from a city street, and it's been sitting in impound. Just total guess.
Or Champagne Motors closed up and sent all their vehicles they had to this tow yard.
Just said, come pick them up.
Because Champagne Motors is the one that said to call that tow yard.
What was it called?
Colorado Roadside Posse. Isn't that a tow yard?
Especially with the storms coming. 303-761-6400. ExcelRoofing.com. Problem drinking doesn't have to mean anxiety-ridden group therapy or the
What was the name of the place?
Sobriety.
Oh, look at these reviews. Well, it's a towing company.
It is towing.
Yeah, but they're
See, that's why I wonder.
Champagne Motors.
Yeah, but she was going to call and then text me after she talked to them. Are you calling?
I'm not going to say anything.
I wouldn't call. Tom might not make it back before the break. I don't know if I get on the phone quite yet.
Able to repair the relationships that I damaged while I was.
Dan had to start the show last week for like 5 seconds.
I could end up in jail or even die if I didn't quit drinking. With Life Back, I noticed a complete change and took back control. I feel better than I have in years.
Life Back makes drinking your choice, not a need. Save money, health, time, and relationships by starting the Life Back program today. Visit lifebac.com. That's lifebac.com. Or call 888-959-8858.
Hey, did you guys pick up cars from Champagne Motors? I had a car over there, and they're telling me to check with you guys. Did they have everybody towed from there, or what happened, man?
45 plus at average risk. It seems like you take care of yourself.
I do. I play tennis.
Oh, I don't even know their address. It was Champagne Motors.
Don't
It's
wait.
like a used car
is
joint.
treatable when it's caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and is used to.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, I know. He's probably the one that told me. I'm just curious what happened. It looks like he's shut. I'm asking you what happened with him. Do you know?
Seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive results should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients.
Got it. All right.
Have inflammatory bowel disease and
What number do you have on it?
personal or family
Phone
history
number.
of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right.
Do you know if they just pushed him to the street or they actually got him from the lot?
Excellent.
This report is sponsored by SmartNow, the only 24-hour.
No, this was not an Audi.
Another cloudy day.
Yes, it was. An Audi Quattro 4.
Oh, my wife is telling me it was our Audi.
You start to clear overnight. Highs today will be in the mid-60s. I'm Fox 31 pinpoint.
What you do? Did they push it to the street? We're trying to figure out why you guys ended up with it.
Luckily, SmartNow.
We don't believe them. Let's just put it that way.
24 full hours with 2 rinses a day.
I got
There
it.
you are. Tommy, Sarah and Chris are on for the same company complaint. Sarah has to be done at 11:30, so I don't know if I can have you just take her. It's that Ira Siegel one. I'm trying to get Ira one.
Another Ira? Tell me.
Same Ira.
Let me know what number you have for Randy when you.
Why do we have her on if it's another one? If it's the same?
Ira was supposed to come on, but just to back up both now.
Text me or
Gino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. If you have a broken spring and you need immediate action, they have 24/7 service. They also, of course, have regular checkups, $80 inspections from top to bottom with adjustments, lubrications, and safety adjustments and hinge bolt tightening. That's oneclearchoicedoors.com for garage door openers or garage doors themselves. And by the way, the website has complete pricing on everything. oneclearchoicedoors.com, 720-370-3987. So we have a problem with this guy. We've had several complaints and can't get a hold of him. But
what guy?
Ira Siegel. And by the way, let me just explain this to you about Ira Siegel, Mark. He's been in court, I believe, 40 times. Hard to believe? It's not hard to believe. He is a scumbag.
Wow.
Yep. And it's Storm Solutions, Colorado Storm Solutions, I believe. Isn't that right, Colorado? I'm trying to find him on my notes here. There he is. There he is. Ira Siegel, Colorado Storm Solutions, based in Loveland, did a roof and it failed 5 times. This was Chris who originally called. The roofer's license was revoked. the roof has to be completely replaced. Siegel accused Chris of actually sabotaging his own roof. Isn't that right, Chris?
Yeah, that's right. This is just another smokescreen.
Now listen, he's been to court 40 times, including tax evasion.
Well, I know when I originally did public record searches, it was just for Larimer County. Actually, a Denver news channel, I think, did a more in-depth search of his public records. For me, I think there was probably well over a dozen just in Larimer County.
Isn't he in on probation?
Yes, last I knew, I've called this probation officer. I've emailed her.
Who would ever tell me? Who would ever hire this guy?
Well, he's a door knocker. He doesn't. He most of the jobs that I'm learning, the people that are contacting me are friends or friends of friends. So I just heard from two other people who saw my social media posts about him, who he has cheated as well, and I'm trying to get them to come onto your show.
He has terrible ratings. Let's talk to Sarah. Sarah, are you there?
I am. Hello.
Now, hey, you have a similar complaint with this guy?
I do.
Tell me about him.
I think it was about 3 years ago that we had a pretty significant hailstorm.
God, this guy's been doing this long?
20 years. 20 years.
No, he's been screwing people this long.
Yes.
So we had damage to both the roof of our home and the roof of our shop. It's a large shop. It's 2,500 square feet. And because everyone had hail damage, it was hard to get the more well-known companies in to work on your roof. So Ira was actually recommended to me by my sister, who works in the insurance business and who had heard something good about him from another client.
My God, what did she hear good?
I know. So we hired him, and he somehow convinced my ex-husband to pay him up front $20,000.
Oh my God! A quick search of the internet would have shown that to be a folly. Yes.
So Ira won't come on, but he did text me about Sarah and said, interesting how her husband and I have been in communication and reached an agreement, and now she's going on the air.
But here's what's weird. He has 20 grand of her money.
Well, is that true?
He has 10. So he got a crew in. They did the roof of the house.
Okay.
And then he disappeared.
Okay.
So he kept it. I think it's not quite $10,000. And for 3 years, I think it's been now. Every once in a while we hear from him. Oh, I'm going to get to your roof next week.
Hey, well, at least you got something out of him. No, seriously.
Well, only because I put those reviews up.
We
didn't hear from him for months and months and months.
He's got so many bad reviews.
I finally put the reviews up, and that's when we started hearing from him again. And we told him, we'll take them down when you give us our money back.
You know, the one thing I do love about the internet, Mark, these reviews, I mean, you can't hide from them. Now, obviously, you can have false negatives and false positives, but overall, you get a pretty good idea of how someone fares. So right now, you're owed about 10 grand, you figure?
Yes, and he has no agreement with my ex-husband. That's not true. My ex-husband would be willing to come on the show and
now what about
and attest to that. That's
do you know about Chris?
Crap.
Do you know about Chris? This guy on the other line talking about Ira.
I don't know the details of what Chris experienced other than what you just shared. But Chris and I have been in communication for a little bit now. Chris saw my review online. And I'm trying to remember how we ended up getting in touch. Chris probably remembers.
I think it was your sister maybe saw one of my next door postings and then said, I know somebody, and that's how that went.
Yeah, my sister feels horrible. She was the one that recommended him to us, so she feels awful.
How did she find out anything good about him? Did you ever find out where she heard about him?
Well, she said it was another client, but I don't know the specifics. I don't know who it was.
Okay, so Chris,
yes,
this guy have you ever heard back from him after all the hell you've been raising?
Well, yeah. Again, similar with Sarah. Lots of promises. He's the king of making promises, and
He told me he was done with Chris. He just texted that 5 minutes ago.
He's done with Chris.
I'm done with Chris.
Why would he? Why? Of course he'd be done with him. His roof has failed 5 times.
Yeah.
Now that alone, right there, Colorado Storm Solution sucks. The man says I'm done with Chris. He hasn't even gotten him a roof yet.
Yeah.
And the guy needs an entire
He just
job
texted
redone.
me again. He must be listening. It hasn't been 3 years, and what happened was they said I could use the money to do a remodel, and the people screwed me out of 18 grand.
Who in the hell would give someone money to do a remodel?
Why would anyone do that? Why would we let him use our money on another project? No, it's total bullshit.
Oh, I got it. Hold on. I got it.
I think we double.
You don't have to double it. Did we double it? We don't have to. You don't have to. All right. So does that mean we're going to have double the wait time now to get back? In any case, she said a naughty word. If you heard some inconsistency in the audio, but that's okay. She's upset. I don't mean it's okay, but I mean she's not.
Well, with the exception of using the BS word, the problem is, why would anybody, she made a great point, why would anybody in the world give a contractor, a roofer, money to do a remodel somewhere else? It doesn't even, it doesn't add up.
But Ira Siegel, I know you're listening. Let me just say something, man. Seriously. You need to go out of business because we're going to put you, I mean, we can't have people using you. You absolutely can't be trusted. You have too many lawsuits, too many things against you, too many charges, too many accusations. I mean, they can't all be wrong.
What number is he texting you from?
We got
970.
Okay.
449-3173. I did text him photos of himself and asked if they would work for our Sleaze Brigade, Tom.
Oh, good. See, you're going to let him even pick his own photo. Okay, that's wonderful. So let me get his number again so I can put it down on here.
Sure, it's 970.
Hold on, 970, yes.
449.
3173. 3173. I just need to tell people, if you see that number in an ad, you got to avoid it. No, I'm serious. I mean, this is what this show is all about. This is the ultimate show for saving yourself time and trouble. I mean, I watch all these people, with good intentions going on, like these neighborhood chat rooms and all this. What is that one next door stuff? They're nice, but this goes across neighborhoods to warn people.
It's amazing how some of these contractors tap dance. I mean, they all have it in common. When they take money and do a shoddy job, or they take money and do nothing, they always tap dance.
I know. So, Ira, what excuse, here's all I want to know, since you're texting us. What excuse is there for Chris's roof that failed inspection 5 times, and you say you're done with him? That's what I'd like to know.
This is Denver's talk station.
Holy moly!
I mean,
Denver.
She's mad. Oh, she's like livid, man.
It's like my husband didn't make a deal with him.
I dumped this so far back, people were hearing Andrea Van Steen us for that.
Been clear for the most part. Got some southbound I-25.
He tripled.
The break says you approach 29th, but it clears up before 23rd. Now, if you are traveling in the Littleton area, you are going to see some major delays. As you make your way southbound on Santa Fe, that's going to be between Bold and Aspen Grove. Got some construction going on, so look for delays of about 5 minutes through there. Fox 31 pinpoint weather today is going to be a cool day with a high of 65 degrees, low 48 degrees, and possibility for some strong storms. Your current temperature is 51 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Kate Thomas, 630 KHOW.
Looking to save money this year? Look at Allstate. You can get the protection you need at the low rate.
And that is
with Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your
my favorite tap dance show from a contractor.
Or call an agent for.
Who do you think? Favorite tap dancer?
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney. What I love about John is that he's willing to give you free legal advice when you need it. So if you're in an accident, it involves injury. Of course, you take care of all that at the scene, but you can call him and talk to him about it with no obligation to hire him. Now, even if you do hire him, you never pay out of pocket. It's always on contingency, meaning he collects only if he collects for you. 303-597-4500. That's John Fuller. Look for him at referralist.com, 303-597-4500. Who's the best tap dancer?
By far the best tap dancing I have ever heard. Kalen Eccles. The fucking, he tap danced pretty good. I was screwing the old lady. The husband found out. That's the only reason they have a party. I mean, it was the craziest damn story. Oh, the story was crazy. I mean, how the fuck did he expect people to believe that? I don't know, man.
Digitally interactive window and door.
I don't know.
And we'll bring the show savings right to you also. Folks, when you book your full project now or select installers, you'll enjoy our traditional 8% home show savings. Call and check us out. Whether it's a kitchen, bath,
hard to eat over bread,
or even replacement windows and doors, Dad, as always, you have
This
our
is
word
messy.
right at number 303-722-2222.
Did you read that article on Texas, man? How they had 0 cases yesterday? That was pretty cool.
Another tax deadline has come and gone.
Yeah, and Biden said
He was making fun of them.
The IRS. Maybe you haven't filed for years. Is there a back tax debt looming? Hello, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. You need help with my friends Ron and Jack Larson at Larson Tax Relief. You have back tax debt, $20,000, maybe $50,000, or even $500 million or more. Larson Tax Relief can help you no matter how big
Biden
your problem is. Larson Tax Relief specializes in
still wears a mask, fully vaccinated.
Between you and the IRS and state tax collectors, they'll negotiate a settlement way better than you could ever do on your own. We're all facing new challenges from the pandemic. Let Larson handle it. They guarantee you'll be satisfied with their care and service. Their headquarters happen to be right here in Colorado. Call now for your free evaluation. 844-LARSON-TAX. That's 844-LARSON tax. Tell them Tom sent you. LarsonTaxRelief.com.
Oh my God.
It's refreshing to hear from many of you saying you got
It's nasty out.
Colorado Pain Care. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino.
Is it raining?
Jeez.
Man, it was raining so hard at the house yesterday, man, I couldn't believe it. It was just a steady, massive downpour.
Just unclear, what did they say to you from Champagne Motors or the tow yard?
They have the car for sure.
Okay.
The owner of Champagne, or whoever was at Champagne.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I called over there. So the owner of Champagne, exactly what I thought, had them come pick it up and he signed for it. I don't know why.
Because they closed shop. Would
Well,
that
they
be a
just-
normal procedure?
Fuck no, that wouldn't be normal. Having someone's car impounded, towed to a lot, that's crazy. Why didn't he do it? I have no idea, man.
Who did you talk to? The owner of Champagne?
No, the owner of the towing company that towed it. Or an
The owner of
employee.
Champagne had to do it?
Ay, ay, ay.
Yes, he said that I think Randy, whoever Randy is, signed for it. Is Randy something to do with Champagne?
No idea.
I think that's the owner of Champagne's phone number, though.
Gotcha.
We should see if he wants to come on. It's probably the same guy texting you through a Google number.
No, he's Facebooking me through
Oh,
Champagne's
that's probably-
Facebook page.
That's probably him.
So,
It's not raining.
no,
It's
so
just
this
raining.
guy, hold on. This guy closed his doors and had somebody
He had that towing company
come and get the car.
come out, not just that car, but some other cars too. I don't know how many, but more than one.
So they have to pay fees.
Well, I don't think they're going to release the car. I don't know if it's the fault of the tow company anyway, do you? I don't think the tow company... Shit, when I had the Goodyears, if I called the tow company and said, grab this car and get it out of here, and I signed for it, I mean, that's not the tow company. Why wouldn't this guy just call people? I bet you the owner is going to say something like this. The car was broke, it couldn't go anywhere, and we were closing shop. So we tried to get her to tow it to her house, told her to get it. I don't know. I didn't hear the first part. What happened?
He never heard from him.
When did she drop it off? When did that lady drop that car off?
Right now, am I back?
3 weeks ago.
How much time?
A local family of 4 a late trial.
I don't know, a hand gesture for 15 seconds.
Details.
So she dropped it off 3 weeks ago.
No, it's been.
Suzanne just said 3 weeks, where she meant 3 months.
On the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, let's talk to this one about, talk to Mark, about this one that was impounded. Here's the story. She took her car to an auto repair shop that closed up.
Champagne Motors.
No, Crown Auto. Well, hold on.
Champagne Motors, Tom. Crown Auto was a different one.
I'm sorry, that's a different one I'm looking at. Okay, so Champagne Motors, 2900 South Broadway, apparently closed its doors without telling any of its customers. So Desiree lost her car. It was there being repaired. Supposedly, it had lost power, blah, blah, blah. She took it to Champagne Motors. But now where is it, Mark?
Well, now it's sitting in a, not a salvage yard, but a tow yard somewhere.
Impound lot.
An impound lot. I talked to, I believe is the owner of the impound lot, or at least an employee, and that vehicle is there. They picked up multiple vehicles at Champagne, and I believe
at whose request?
At Randy. I believe he said the name was Randy's request. It worked there or owned the place.
It could be the landlord.
It could be. But I think the tow guy was tying it back to Champagne Motors, approved it.
So if Champagne Motors is closing its doors, he calls and says, get these cars out of here.
Why wouldn't he just call the customer and say, hey, we're going out of business, come get your car? That's the baffling part.
I don't know.
But
I'm waiting to hear, pardon me, I'm waiting to hear back from Desiree because she was calling the tow yard, and then after that, I'll call Randy.
She's probably furious.
But if all these people now have to pay impound fees...
It's not the tow people's fault.
Who was the owner of Champagne Motors? Do we know?
No, I thought his name was Randy, but I'm not sure.
We don't know. Okay. So people, you know what? We get the weirdest calls here. Nowadays, you can't even drop your car off. No, you can. If you went to referralist.com, you could. It's when you use these schlock companies.
It's just baffling why you'd handle it this way.
Thomas, what's going on with you? Hi, Thomas. Our number is 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Thomas, what's going on?
Hey, good morning.
What's happening?
Well, I want to start with an attaboy. Your One Clear Choice garage doors are fantastic people.
Good. Thank you for telling me that.
Oh, it was, my problem was they were my second choice.
Uh-oh, what happened the first time?
I'm in Berthoud, and I like to deal local wherever I can. So I went on email, and I had a garage door. I have a 3-car garage, 3 garage doors, and found a local company, called them out, okay? Make a long story short, when they get all done after several calls back and forth, multiple trips.
What did you call them for, though? What was wrong with your doors?
It was up and down, and sometimes they didn't work.
Okay.
The gentleman comes out. First of all, you can't understand any of them. And says, oh, you need to replace the door opener. I says, okay. They know their business. I don't. He says, I'll get... I can't do it. I have to have my boss do it because of the spring configuration. I sent Susie a letter on it. And subsequently, his boss came out. He says, well, I need $650 to get the order placed. So I gave him a check. A couple days later, his boss comes out and puts the garage door in, garage door opener, and gets all done. And I have to write him a check for $814. Still, I'm not upset because I don't know what they cost.
So it was $650. Hold on, $650 plus $800.
$800, and the total was $1,462.
Okay.
For a garage door opener. He leaves. His lead or the supervisor, and they never did the outdoor remote. Took me a week to get them to come back to do that. They charged me $140 for that. Okay, everything is fine, you know. But then immediately after, my other garage door is acting up, so I call Clear Choice. They're out, fix it, same day, everything, wonderful. Same lift master, so on. Cost was $722.
Oh my God, half price and better service.
You got, and I've been trying to reach this company, okay? It's local garage door repair, Berthoud. And you call the number, and all you keep getting is I think it's probably a phone service operator. I've been trying to send them an email, the letter I sent to Susie.
So right now, what do you need from this Berthoud company?
I'd like to get a rebate on some of the difference, but I realize every company has the right to charge what they want.
Right, unfortunately.
And I'm gullible enough to have paid it. So I really don't.
What's the name of that company again, so we can flag it?
It's called Garage Door Repair, Berthoud, Colorado. Their email address is Local Garage Door Repair Incorporated.
Okay. This sounds like a lead generator.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
it sounds to me like they had multiple places. Okay, we're all doing basically the same thing.
Yeah, what Mark said about a lead generator, they advertise. A lot of them do it with locksmiths. They advertise, and then wherever the call comes in, they send out some local yokel.
Yeah, I think that's what's happened with the whole thing. You know, to be honest with you. So I wanted to get them on your. Do
you have a copy of the receipt?
I know.
We need something to track down the actual person or the company, because I don't think that's a real company.
Just
well, let me tell you some more here. When I call this number, their phone number, you get a woman.
Yeah.
It sounds like a phone service. And I asked them to several times. None of their emails work where I could send them. I was trying to email the letter to them. So then I called them and says, "You email me back. Okay, here's my email address, and this is I can forward the letter on to you." Never happened.
No, they won't, because they're not a real company. They're not. They're a lead aggregator, a local garage door repair. That's what it is. So beware of that, folks. Local garage door repair.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear news and talk that impacts your life.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices. Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by SmartMouth, the only 24-hour mouthwash with twice daily use.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, taking a look at your ride through Denver this morning. Roads are looking clear for the most part. Got some slow spots as you make your way southbound I-25. You're tapping the brakes as you approach 29th, but it clears up before 23rd. Now, if you are traveling in the Littleton area, you are going to see some major delays as you make your way southbound on Santa Fe. That's going to be between Bulls and Aspen Grove. Got some construction going on, so look for delays of about 5 minutes through there. Fox 31 pinpoint weather today is going to be a cool day with a high of 65 degrees, low 48 degrees, and possibility for some strong storms. Your current temperature is 51 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Kate Thomas, 630 KHOW.
Stay fresh out there with SmartMouth Mouthwash, the only mouthwash that provides 24 hours of fresh breath with twice daily use. So whatever the day may bring, you can stay sunny with a side of fresh. Grab a bottle today. Available wherever mouthwash is sold or visit smartmouth.com.
You hear me talk about ZeroResDenver.com, the company with empowered water. It's patented the process that they put the water through to make it a super cleaning agent, non-toxic. Of course, it's just water, but it cleans like crazy. They also do tile and grout and upholstery. So you can get your upholstery, tile, and grout done, or your carpets. Now, with carpets, it's $33 a room. ZeroResDenver.com is the website. $33 a room and no limit, 303-471-5150. Or you may want to tackle that grout. Their patented system gets water deep down to clean that grout, making it look like new. They can also do, of course, tile and upholstery. I've had them do so many things for me, and every time things come out cleaner, they stay cleaner longer, and there's never a residue. ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. Looking for an investment can be tricky, but if you want something that's safe and conservative, that's been around more than 100 years, Become the Banker is that concept. It says become the banker because it's about making you in charge of your tax-free account that grows tax-free that you can use through your entire life and in retirement. It's the only non-qualified plan that can do this. BecomeTheBanker.org for the next seminar. When you walk into a place, you notice if it has dirty, dingy floors. You know, that's what you should do if you want to really spruce up a room or a house. And right now, with Simply Floors, Inc., it's never been more affordable. Simply Floors, Inc., that's I-N-C, simplyfloorsinc.com. All of the top floor coverings, let's face it, most companies have the same floor coverings, so really what you're looking for are better installers and better people and better financing and better warranties and better prices. You get all of that with simplyfloorsinc.com. That's where you make your appointment, simplyfloorsinc.com.
The Piketon Massacre, a riveting true crime podcast, is back for season 2. In 2016, 8 members of the same family were slain. Today, a local family of 4 await trial for these murders. The podcast examines the details of this horrific case.
They're accused of doing this together. They're accused of trying to cover it up together as a family.
Listen to The Piketon Massacre on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ask a simple question. Ask everyone you know what matters to them. Work the angles. Question authority. Favor facts over conspiracies. And trust standards over hearsay. At MSNBC, this is who we are.
What a great time to put your home's equity to work. Owner of Ideal Home Loans, Brent Ivinson.
Homes have gone up everywhere, so you've got equity to put to work. When you couple that with record low interest rates, you have infinite amounts of options.
Pay off high-interest debt with Ideal Home Loans. Do home improvements or just lower payments or shorten your term with IdealHomeLoans.com. First, they listen, then they lend. 303-867-7000. That's 867-7000. All the benefits of IVs at your door. Rocky Mountain IV Medics. Hydration, immunosupport, migraines, general wellness. Call or text 720-987-2155. Rocky Mountain IV Medics. 720-987-2155.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer WetJet. With Swiffer WetJet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer WetJet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now. But if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait. This could be a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
This is Bill Lamphere, General Manager at Cooney Lexus of Greenwood Village, the #1 Lexus dealer in Colorado in both new and certified pre-owned sales. To celebrate the spring, lease the Lexus RX 350 all-wheel drive for only $439 per month. Visit CooneyLexusofGreenwoodVillage.com or see us at our state-of-the-art facility at I-25 in Bellevue.
36-month lease with 10,000 miles per year and $39.99 drive-off plus taxes and fees. No security deposit with above-average credit through Lexus Financial Services.
Denver's talk station.
Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So, Crosby, you're with All Dry Services. You can find the company on referralist.com, an honest company for disaster restoration when it comes to water events. And, Crosby, what's the biggest mistake people make? I mean, what's the biggest ripoff you see in your industry?
Well, a lot of it is, one of the biggest things is when companies come in with and have you sign an assignment of benefits. We've seen that in the roofing industry a lot, too. I'm sure you've heard of that. But it's basically when a company comes in and says, we're going to take over the policy or like the claim here, and we're going to go through and we'll take care of it for you, which sounds like a great option, but it leaves the customer a little blind to what is actually happening. And that's when things get inflated a lot. And so we make sure we make it very known that that is not what we do. We're never going to come in, make you sign a contract, anything like that. We're going to come in with free estimates because we want to look. We want to assess the situation and then give you an honest idea of like, okay, this could be a large claim. We may want to go insurance, or this is going to be a $2,000 job. Your deductible is $5,000 and your water cap for coverage is $10,000. It's not worth filing a claim. And so really we're just going to come in and assess the situation and lead them through the process, not do the process for them.
So here's the deal. I never even realized that there are some companies that actually ask for you to assign that claim over to them so they have full charge of it. That's ridiculous. Okay, and of course you don't want a disaster restoration company in charge of your claim. And you want to know, isn't it good, even if whether insurance is involved or not, do you have prices fully disclosed if people ask for them? Because that's another thing I don't like. They start doing this stuff and don't tell you how much it costs.
Yes, absolutely. We have all the pricing, and we can tell you like an anticipation of expected. Like we think we put in the equipment, it might take 5 days. We can anticipate what that looks like. And then we'll come back every day and check up on the equipment and make sure, based on moisture readings and all that. We don't want to sit there longer.
Here's the thing. Don't let them take advantage of you. This is all dry services. 720-466-1015 on referralist.com.
Season after season, quality's the reason people trust K&H Home Solutions. Beautiful windows, siding, and doors, roofing, gutters, and
the more you buy, the more you save in honor of Mother's Day from K&H Home Solutions. Buy a door, 25% off. Add soft light windows, 30% off. The only window named Energy Partner of the Year for sustained excellence 7 years running, 30% off. Or give the whole house a facelift with 35% off windows, siding, and doors. Plus, you're dealing with a company 65 years strong. The best products, installation, and warranties. Windows, roofing, siding, and doors. K&H has what you're looking for. Massive discounts this month only. Make your own appointment at khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
They're so good.
Where are they coming out? Are they controlling?
I'm paying for my first live stream ever on Friday to watch them, to play their new album.
Where is
$20
the live stream from?
Right on their website.
Where's the
I don't know. I don't know where the guys are located.
Guess it doesn't matter if it's only a
But we're going to get our speakers ready. And Tommy, somebody said, tell Tom it's staying elsewhere that he's thinking of. I don't even know what that means. It was from an hour ago.
Oh, no. We were talking about a show. That wasn't. No. There was a show about plane crash survivors or something, and it all turned out to be a dream. Or maybe not plane crash survivors, but some.
Manifest?
No, not Manifest. But there was another TV series. Maybe it wasn't a plane crash, but it was something with people on an island.
Gilligan's Island? Didn't they crash in a plane? Or no they went.
He's saying the end of the series, it turned out it was just a dream.
Oh.
None of it was real. Just a bullshit ending.
The series ended with
there's lots of
all being a dream.
There's lots of them. The big one I remembered was Roseanne.
Newhart?
Oh, yeah, Newhart.
Newhart was?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, there are best and worst TV shows with dream endings.
There's so many of them, I bet.
I didn't realize that. But there was one that everyone fucking...
But it wasn't saying elsewhere?
Hold on. St. Elsewhere.
That's what the emailer suggested. No. I didn't even know what you were talking about.
St. Elsewhere. The last one, groundbreaking, critically acclaimed medical drama. How did it end? By the end of the series, certainly the hospital is about to close for good. Characters leaving. In the final moments, though, it's revealed that the entire series has been imagined by autistic son. He stares into a snow globe.
Americans are now paying
Oh my God!
gallon for regular unleaded than at this time last year when prices were low because of a
No, I didn't realize that. But no, this was a
So that wasn't it.
This
I
would
don't
piss
know.
people off.
But along the Gulf Coast, prices were up 11 cents.
God damn! It was.
News business analyst Jill Schlesinger with a quick tip from H2O Wireless on stretching your budget and
Trying to
saving
think
money
what it
every
was.
month. Start with
It was a
first-time monthly
series.
bills. And here's the easiest one: your cell phone bill. Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile charge premium rates for unlimited data, when in all actuality, you have no need for that much data. H2O Wireless, on the other hand, is on the exact same network as one of those carriers, but charges you half. The average family of four is saving over $70 a month without having to sacrifice coverage. And listen to this: unlimited talk, text, and 15 gigs of data for just $36 per month. Switching is as easy as swapping out your SIM card. You can keep your...
I like how they make this sound like the news.
Try to get the best deal. This month, dial pound 2.
They're making this commercial sound like a newswoman.
H2O. You'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Dial pound 250 and say get H2O for this exclusive offer. It starts
Someone
today.
said lost.
Okay, that's what it was. Lost TV series, and people were pissed off. Fucking Lost. That's right.
So the ending was just a dream.
The whole thing was a dream.
I never watched it. Is that why you didn't watch it? Because you knew the ending?
Yeah, because I wanted to binge it, and then I heard the ending, and I thought, I might not like it. Hold on.
Your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Excuse me, I think it was Lost. Yes.
Despite complaints of confusion from some residents.
Fuck all of you.
Confusing because of the fact that, like, the state lifted it, but the city of Manitou did not, so people are confused. I think it would be more helpful to have a more, like, consistent, like, everyone has to wear them or no one has
6
to wear them.
seasons, supernatural science fiction. They were survivors of a commercial jet airliner. The name was Lost. The series was Lost, Susan. About survivors of a plane crash.
Red Rocks will be back to full capacity, just over 9,500. This after the governor announced last week that starting June 1st, venues no longer need approval from state and local health departments for large events. Sports, the athlete, the Blues
Okay. Some people say it was the greatest TV series of all time.
Were shut out in San Diego 7-0 by the Padres last night. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, taking a look at your ride this afternoon. If you're traveling I-25 southbound into Denver, be prepared to tap on your brakes. At about 38th, you've got a disabled vehicle at Spear. So you're looking at delays of about 3 minutes right now. Also be prepared for some slow congestion. That's going to be as you make your way westbound 270 in the Commerce City.
Okay, it's not all a dream, but it's all, they all died. They were all dead,
area. Also, still
and they were in the
as you make your way
afterlife.
southbound on Santa Fe between Bold and Aspen Grove. Got some traffic. Be prepared to tap on your brakes. Oxford One pinpoint weather, a high of 63 degrees today, low of 48 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Kate Thomas, 630 KHOW.
Give spring a whole new sound with Audible Plus. Listen all you want to thousands of select Audible originals, audiobooks, and podcasts, including exclusive series. Start a free 30-day Audible Plus trial when you sign up at audible.com.
What does her attention mean?
Ask a simple question.
We think she is the first woman of color vice president.
Ask everyone you know what matters to them.
Let's be clear, this isn't about fraud.
Work the angles.
Tonight here on MSNBC, we've got a special coming.
I can't wait. HOA bullying him. What do you think? You gotta move a car, you painted your house the wrong color, you gotta bring your trash cans in, you can't have a couch in the front yard.
At MSNBC,
how are they bullying you?
And this is who we are.
All right, you got about 15 seconds more.
Have we ever had anybody fight an HOA and win?
What?
Eight, heating. Why do I say that? I'll tell you exactly why. Because they're great, great people, and here's what they're offering now. Listen to this, and I'm not kidding. The bottom line is you get a new furnace, you get a new air conditioner, you get a whole home humidifier, you get 5 years no interest. All of it for $8,500, starting at $85. Of course, it depends on your size of your house, but no one can beat that price. These guys are great, and if they do show up to diagnose something because something's broken on your furnace or your air conditioner, they'll give you the straight skinny. They'll give you a price to repair it, no matter how old the unit is. 888heating.com.
You don't pay us.
Sorry about that. Somebody forgot to record a promo, so it fired early.
No problem.
Hey, this is Dave Kaplis. Thanks for listening to me this afternoon at 4 for your ride home, and all you have to say is, Alexa, play 630 KHOW.
Denver's talk station, available on over 2,000 devices. Denver's talk station is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword.
All right, gentlemen, you're back about 10.
That's joy. Enter now at KHOW.com. Keep listening to win with a $12K a day giveaway. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe where we are solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints and making your life just a little easier. That's what we do each and every day. Water Pros, by the way, waterpros.net will get you the absolute best prices on complete water systems fully installed in your home for conditioning or filtration. It's that easy. Waterpros.net. You don't get better quality for lower prices anywhere. So if you're looking for conditioning or filtration, waterpros.net. Now, let's talk. What is on your mind today? Thomas has a problem with the garage door company. We left off there. And it's weird. He's in Berthoud. By the way, we looked up this company. It doesn't exist. The company, Local Garage Door Repair, is nothing more than a lead aggregator. Let me explain this. When it comes to locksmiths and other companies, well, in this case, a garage door company, there are some companies that do nothing more than advertise locksmith services with a local exchange number maybe, or a local number, or they give you the impression they're in your community, and they're nothing more than a lead aggregator. Now, this guy's a little upset he overpaid for a garage door and everything else, because he then went to One Clear Choice Garage Doors and found much better service for half the price. But Thomas, I don't think you can go back in time and really do anything about it. If I were you, I'd put reviews online and let people know about it.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm going to do, as well as just a little local thing here in Berthoud, local businesses and that. So no, you're not hiring a local company when you call this place.
And I didn't realize One Clear Choice went out to Berthoud.
Yeah, they're here. Okay, I come across the little advertisement, and I did check your referral list finally. Excuse me for not doing it in the first place.
Well, thank you.
And said give it a try, and they were superb.
I appreciate that, and they are. I love advertising for them. So referralist.com is what he's referring to, the first, original, and best list of its kind. I was the first anywhere. That's right. And, of course, that's the rest is history. Everyone copied. Referralist.com, though, for help, information, and referrals. Now, Mark, let's talk to you. And then we're going to have some lines open at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. What's going on with you, Mark?
Hi, Tom. How are you today?
I'm doing good. You know what? I don't know where you are, but it's really wet and dreary. I kind of like this weather. I don't know. I don't mind it. What's going on with you?
For a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what happened.
Yeah.
About a year ago, we wanted to replace our driveway.
Yeah.
And replace our front concrete edging because it was getting ratty and cracked and buckling, and our driveway as well. And so we decided we wanted to replace that concrete edging with more of a decorative brick, a short wall with brick in it that matched the brick on our house. So we called Sherrick Construction, asked him to come out and give us a quote. He came out, gave us a quote.
Aren't they wonderful? They're wonderful people, Sherrick.
Oh, he's a very nice guy. Tony's a very nice guy. And he came out and gave us a quote on the driveway, on the brick wall. And I say a wall, it's just a short wall.
Yeah.
on the brick wall and two brick columns on the side of our stairs leading up to our front
Now,
door.
I have a feeling this is not the problem because Sherrick does excellent work. So what's the problem?
Yeah. In fact, he's the one that referred me to you.
Okay. What's the problem?
So after we signed the contract with him, we submitted the architectural forms to our HOA architectural committee. They approved the driveway. They approved the brick columns next to our front steps. And they disapproved of the wall that we were going to put in place of our concrete edging. They said it was too high and that it wasn't retaining anything, and that they suggested that we should put the brick wall, instead of going from the sidewalk in the front of our house up towards the front of our house and around towards our driveway.
But all of this detail probably isn't necessary for the problem.
Okay.
Let's get to what they're bugging you about.
Bottom line is we continued on with our project. We finished it in mid-October. They sent us something. They sent us a fine. They fined us.
Why'd they fine you?
Because we were not in compliance.
Oh, so you went and built it even though they didn't approve it?
Yes, because we thought it was going to look nice, and it looks really nice. And
so when did they start fining you?
They started fining us in late October.
Oh, man. So HOA started fining. How much are those fines up to? Are they recurring fines?
They fined us a total of $403 up until mid-December.
Then what?
And then we requested to meet with the board. So we met with the board, and we said, we really want you guys to approve this. It looks nice, and we showed, and they could see what it looked like. And so they said, we'll get back to you. They sent us a letter saying, no, we don't approve of it still. We will be willing to work with you on modifications to your wall. So we called a lawyer. Lawyer said, they're not really going to pursue this, I don't think, because you guys have a pretty good case.
I don't think you have any case whatsoever, and how could your attorney ever say that to you?
Because he said they let you put in the brick columns next to your stairs.
Yeah, but they did not accept the wall from the beginning, so you don't have a good case at all. I mean, I'm not saying, by the way, I agree with them. I think HOAs can be stupid and cumbersome, but in this particular case, and I probably agree with you that your wall is good and all that, and they probably don't have a good reason for turning it down. However arbitrary it is, they told you right up front, and you went and built it anyway. So I didn't even understand how your attorney says you have a good case.
We signed the contract, and it would have cost us more money to...
No, I don't know about your reasoning. That's not at issue here with me. I'm saying, why would your attorney say you have a pretty good case when they told you up front they didn't want it and you did it anyway?
Case. He said if it went to court, you would have a good chance of winning.
Okay. I think you'd lose, by the way, but go ahead, because here's why. They're going to charge, when they go to court, they assess everyone, including you, to fight yourself.
Right.
And it would cost thousands to get into court. And
exactly.
And again, I'm on your side, but I have to tell you that HOAs are written in such a way, covenants, that they can be completely arbitrary, completely. Just so you know.
In this case, yeah.
I mean, they don't even have to have rhyme or reason. So where is it in the stream of time right now? Did you end up settling with the board or what? What's going on?
No, so what ended up happening, we went to another lawyer, and he said, you guys, this could cost you $50,000, and you still may lose your case.
That guy is honest.
So, yes. So, anyway, so we said, okay, we're going to write back to the board saying, because they sent us a bunch of recommendations. We said, okay, we'll do your recommendation.
By the way, did any of the recommendations say you had to tear it out, or were they willing to let you modify things?
No, the recommendations said we had to cut layers of the brick off because the wall was too high.
Okay.
So I called Tony, because he's going to be the guy that...
If you could do me a favor and skip the process and go to the end... Because you called Tony, Tony came, he did this, you did that. Let's get to the end.
Tony didn't come yet. So I called Tony, and that's why Tony referred me to you, because Tony said, yeah, I'll do it for you. He said, tell him how much brick you want to cut off your wall, and he said, I'll do it, but he said, your wall looks good to begin with, and he said, I don't...
It's not an issue of looking good. See, here's what I can't stand. Did they give you an absolute reason why your wall was too high and what the harm was? Did they?
They said that it looked too high from the south side.
Okay, and that's all that matters.
And it's only 10 inches high from the rock on the south side.
Okay. So they want you to cut it back.
They want us to cut it down.
Okay. And I'm telling you, no matter what, okay, he probably told you to call because we hate homeowners associations that are unreasonable and HOAs, but we always tell people, don't bother fighting them. In fact, they like you fighting them because not one of them is personally responsible for the fight.
Correct.
They're fighting with other people's money. They don't care. It's a power play for them. You may have one guy that had a bad day. You might have another guy that feels inadequate in the bedroom. You can have all kinds of issues, and they take it to the board. I'm not kidding you. These are small-minded little peeny brains, and that's what
we're convinced.
We're
convinced they did this because we went ahead with our project.
That's right. It wouldn't matter. I'm telling you, I have had people, I've been in these fights, and then I realized, wait a minute, Tom, it's not against you personally, although you feel it is. It's them. They need this power. They're the clipboard patrol. You need fighting them is absolutely useless. It's useless. Listen, we've had people out of anger spend $50,000 and $60,000. We've had people that went through and won, and guess what? They lost because they spent $100,000.
Right.
Here's the other thing. Read all your docs with that HOA very closely, because a lot of times if you do sue them and they end up prevailing, you pay all their legal fees as well.
Well, and that is the case with our HOA. We would end up
This
paying
is
all
the
their legal
worst
fees.
battle you could ever be involved in. Your first mistake, no matter how arbitrary and silly, was going ahead and building it anyway, thinking, who cares, it looks good. That right there, drew a line in the sand. You were never going to get approved for that. In fact, you are lucky that they just want you to cut it back and not remove it completely.
New York Times.
30 seconds. Ideal green jeans get found fast.
C. Maxwell is coming to the Denver region for the 2021 Kingdom Business Summit, June 16th through the 18th at Charis Bible College in Woodland Park, Colorado. At the Kingdom Business Summit, you'll gain practical business tools from Maxwell and other top business leaders. Plus, you'll enjoy
10 seconds. Ideal green jeans get found fast.
At kingdombusinesssummit.net. Use the exclusive code KBS21iHeart for a substantial discount.
Ideal home loans for your next ideal home loan. That's a saying I love using. Why? Because it is for real. Ideal will get you the ideal loan, meaning first and foremost, okay, here's what's ideal. You can pick whatever term you want, 15, 20, 23, 18, whatever term. Get the low rate, get the term you want. You can shorten your term, you can lower your payments, you can do both. Okay, the other thing is an interest rate guarantee. So if rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. How cool is that? On top of all of that, you can now consolidate high interest debt and get rid of it once and for all. And then pay that part of the mortgage down quicker with your savings. Rates have never been lower. Equity's never been higher. It is a great time to pull cash out for home improvements even. Now, I'm not encouraging you to get into debt, but I'm saying well managed right now, a good loan is wise. 303-867-7000. 867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. I keep bragging about how green my lawn is compared to the neighbors. And you don't know why. Mr. Green Jeans, that's all it is. Mr. Green Jeans has been maintaining my lawn for years. And I know my neighbors listen, so I'm not going to rub it in their nose too much. But it is better, and it is greener, and it's just the way it is. They have openings. Mr. Green Jeans does all of my maintenance, landscaping, cleanup, aeration, lawn care, sprinklers care, all of that. They can do yours too. They have rare openings in their schedule. 303-426-4945. 426-4945. Mr. Green Jeans, LLC.com. So, When you have a website, like my new website, 303consumer.com, that's for my magazine, my new magazine. Well, that website's brand new, so I went to Get Found Fast and said, help me out. So they're helping me to optimize that site because I want people to go on there and download my new magazine. And Get Found Fast knows all the tricks. But first, I got a free analysis. Really, they give a free analysis. They'll tell you what's wrong with it, what's right with it, what you need to do on your own to make it better. So if you have a website, you want a free analysis, just go and get one from getfoundfast.com.
It was a year and a half ago that Denver store manager Lisa first noticed something was wrong with her gums. They were always sore and just didn't feel right. Lisa made an appointment with a regular dentist who urged her to see a periodontist.
So I did. And the news wasn't good. I had gum disease, and if I didn't do something about it soon, I could actually start losing my teeth.
Lisa had heard about the so-called cut-and-stitch surgery for gum disease, and she wanted no part of it. So when she found Dr. Deanna Snitzer and her Lanap laser procedure online, she called and set up a no-charge consultation.
I was nervous at first, but Dr. Snitzer put me at ease right away. She explained the laser procedure in detail, and I felt very comfortable with her skills. She's super nice and also very professional. The procedure itself was just as painless as she said it would be. Now my whole mouth feels great, and Dr. Snitzer is my regular dentist.
Dr. Snitzer can be your full-time dentist, too. Call 303-989-6500 for your free consultation. That's 303-989-6500, or visit lasergum.info.
You know, owning a home has rarely been easier or more affordable. And if you're a veteran or on active duty, a VA loan could be the perfect thing for you. This is Ross Kaminsky for my friends at American Financing, where I've done 2 mortgages, reminding you that VA home loans can provide you with significant monthly and long-term savings. There's no down payment. There's no mortgage insurance required. They have some of the lowest rates in the industry. And if you already have a home loan, that's no problem. You can refinance any existing mortgage into a VA loan, and you can even access 100% of your home's value, meaning a lot more money for you and your family. So don't wait to take advantage of $1,000 or more maybe in monthly savings, especially with rates still near all-time lows. Call American Financing today and get the best deal for your home ownership needs. 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000. Or apply online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Sunright Kitchens, Baths, Windows, and Doors. Nearly every home show in the state has been canceled. Folks, when you book your full project now, you'll enjoy our traditional 8% home show savings. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
I'm Dr. Baker, an ER physician. If you're having leg pain, swelling, or redness, but haven't talked to your doctor yet, don't wait. This could be deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot which could travel to your lungs and lead to a pulmonary embolism, which could cause chest pain or discomfort or difficulty breathing and be deadly. Your symptoms could mean something serious, so don't wait. Talk to a doctor right away, by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, reality check here. Will the numbers add up for your retirement plan? Let's hear from the experts at Allworth Financial.
When we're under 59 and a half, we have all these restrictions on when we can take money out. When we hit age 72, we have required minimum distributions.
It's the golden tax window for retirement planning. And that's just the reality of it.
The right advisor helps make everything clear. For your free consultation, call 866-770-5953 or visit allworthfinancial.com.
This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
The NBA's inaugural play-in tournament begins later today with the Hornets and Pacers in their single elimination game, followed by the Wizards and Celtics, where today's winner gets the East 7th seed. Nathan McKinnon tallied 2 goals, while Captain Gabriel Landeskog notched a Gordie Howe hat-trick as the Avs beat the Blues in Game 1. And Broncos receiver Cortland Sutton is participating in voluntary off-season workouts and said he expects to be a full go when training camp opens. I'm J.D. Halfren.
Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code SPORTS for a special offer when you sign up. That's code SPORTS for a special offer when you sign up, only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Hey, this is Dan Kaplis. Thanks for listening to Denver's Talk Station.
All right, guys, back in about 10.
And it's as easy as saying, Alexa, play 630 KHOW.
Denver's Talk Station, available on over 2,000 devices.
I'm Tom Martino, and I recommend that you call at the first sign of trouble with a problem, question, or complaint. This hour brought to you by Silverleaf Mortgage. If you're looking for a reverse loan, silverleafmortgage.com, 720-REVERSE. Equity is high, and interest rates are low, which is a great time for reverse loans. You can find out more about Silverleaf Mortgage as well in our magazine, 303consumer.com. You can download your digital copy there, 303consumer.com. Silverleaf, what they're really, really interested in is helping seniors, and they even have a nonprofit foundation that can offer you a low-interest loan grant or no-interest loan, either a no-interest, low-interest, or a grant to get your house fixed up for the appraisal so you get the highest appraisal possible for a reverse loan. 720-REVERSE. Andrew wants my opinion on this. Go ahead, Andrew. What's going on with you?
Yes, I'm planning for my retirement, and I'm looking for good financial advisor. And I would like to know about the business Tucker Financial Advisor in Lakewood, Colorado.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing. When you ask me about certain financial advisors, all I can go by is if I've had complaints about them, but that doesn't always tell me they're great people. For example, and neither does the Better Business Bureau. Let me explain. This one guy, what was his name, Mark? The guy that is in prison. He has a rating with the Better Business Bureau. He's in prison. Don Eiley. We never got complaints about the guy, so on the surface, he seemed like a great accountant, but he was bad. When it comes to financial advisors, you may have people tell you, these people do great for me, and then it turns out that they're cheating, and it's a big Ponzi scheme. So the only thing I can say is this, Andrew. You can't really evaluate the services, the people, as well as you can the products. If you look at financial products, that's what tells you if it's for real. And so many times people tout crazy financial products. They all have the earmarks of scams. And when you do that, that tells you to stay away from them. Now, here's the part that's weird. Even good financial people can be sucked in by scam products, or they can offer great products. Now, here's the thing. If they're bad products, they admit they made a mistake and they move on. Bad guys try to cover up their mistakes. So I don't know anything about Tucker Financial Advisors, but I can tell you what to look out for with financial advisors. And here's what you look out for. Total transparency. Unlike other fields, when I go to a mechanic or I get some suit dry cleaned or I buy clothing, I don't care what the raw materials cost or how much people are making. But when it comes to financial services, I want to know exactly what is being sold. And for everything being sold, I want to know what part of the dollar goes back to the planner in any way, shape, or form. Now, some planners may do percentage of assets managed, meaning if you give them $100,000 and they work on 2 points, then they work on $2,000. And that's $2,000 a year for $100,000. If they raise your portfolio to $200,000, then it raises their 2%. Some work on commissions. Now, that could be dangerous because you don't want them pushing you toward things that carry commissions. So the very first thing you ask financial planners, the very, very, very first thing is, first of all, what does their financial house look like? Are they wealthy? What is their net worth? You know, this is funny, but people never ask that. Like, I don't want a kid that went to a weekend seminar to be selling me a financial product that he couldn't afford. And I don't want people selling me products and doing things they wouldn't do. And I only want a financially successful financial planner. So you want to first know about their you want transparency, full transparency, which includes a full disclosure of their net worth and how they got there. And I'm serious.
Oh, okay.
The next thing is how do they make their money on each and every product they're offering you? How do they make their money? And if you get those two things and ask enough questions of enough advisors, you'll find it. But Andrew, rather than looking for advisors, I want to ask you, what is your goal right now? I want to ask, and I will have some guaranteed recommendations. When I say guaranteed, meaning not to rip you off. What is your net worth?
Well, I try to generate extra income for myself because Social Security is not enough.
Okay, so what is your net worth? What do you own and what do you owe and what is the net difference? What is your net worth?
You mean how much I have?
Yes, how much? What are you worth? How much money? Let's break it down. If you don't mind, Andrew, I know this may sound a little uncomfortable, but I promise you, you called the right place to absolutely analyze what you should be doing. And you're right, Social Security is not enough, working is not enough. They're all in combination, and there is no magic. So hold on, and please have some patience. If you can hold on, I will help you.
This is Denver's Talk Station.
All right, about a minute, Mile High Granite Liquidators.
Capless in the afternoon, 6:30 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, taking a look at your ride this afternoon. Definitely got some slow spots. Heads up, Littleton drivers, as you make your way southbound on Santa Fe. Between Bowles and Aspen Grove, there is some construction going on, so you're seeing delays of about 5 minutes or more. Be prepared for some backups. If you're traveling southbound I-25, got some construction going on at Spear, so it's going to be a slow ride from about I-70 until you pass there. Looking at about 5 minutes of delays right now. Fox 31 pinpoint weather today. It's a cooler day with a high of about 65 degrees, low of 48 degrees, and potential for some scattered thunderstorms. Your current temperature is 51 degrees. I'm Kay Thomas with your Impact Traffic Weather, 630 K-How.
Life hacks. What would life be?
10 seconds, Mile High Granite Liquidators.
Allstate's low auto rates to save money. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
MileHighEstatePlanning.com is now Blake Harris Law. That's the name of the law firm to better reflect what Blake Harris does. Blake Harris gives you advice on your estate, whether it be a simple will, a trust, getting through probate, avoiding probate, maybe a beneficiary's deed. How about a living will, medical directives? That's what he does. What I love about Blake Harris Law is that he will talk to you free of charge. 833-ASK-BLAKE. That's right, 833-ASK-BLAKE. He'll talk to you free of charge and then come up with a plan. You only pay for what he actually executes for you. You can find Blake Harris even on TikTok answering questions. 833-ASK-BLAKE. He also did a spread in the 303 Consumer magazine where he lays out the 10 biggest mistakes in estate planning and how to avoid them. You can find your digital copy at 303consumer.com. Meanwhile, call Blake for any estate questions. 833-ASK-BLAKE. So if you want countertops, you need someone to do them. But before that, you need the stone, the slab. What do I recommend? I recommend you buy wholesale, and you can do that at Granite Liquidators. That's right, members of the public, you and me, we can go to Granite Liquidators and get the same prices than you can if you're a contractor. Isn't that great? And you shop the entire yard for the granite or quartzite or marble or whatever slab you want. It doesn't matter if you even know what it is. If you like it, say, hey, what about that? They put your name on it if you buy it, and you get the whole thing. Then they hold it there for your contractor. GraniteLiquidators.com, a very simple way of doing business. You find the stone first, then you can decorate around it. You can even pick which part of that slab you want for the vanity, or for the kitchen, or for maybe a backsplash, or windowsills. GraniteLiquidators.com, the smart way to shop. Wholesale. And then get your contractor to pick it up when you're ready. GraniteLiquidators.com.
The Piketon Massacre, a riveting true crime podcast, is back for Season 2. In 2016, 8 members of the same family were slain. Today, a local family of 4 await trial for these murders. The podcast examines the details of this horrific case.
They're accused of doing this together. They're accused of trying to cover it up together as a family.
Listen to The Piketon Massacre on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Will's Coffee Shop has been fueling his neighbors' mornings for the past 7 years. And while things slowed down a bit during the pandemic, Will knows that the COVID-19 vaccine is the key to get his business booming again. So he's getting his vaccine and is encouraging his team to do the same. The sooner they all get vaccinated, the sooner his community will feel safe and happy again. Will's powering the comeback. You can power the comeback too. Find a vaccine near you. Call 877-CO-VAXCO. That's 877-CO-VAXCO.
One of the best things about my radio show is having experts to call on from my referral list to help callers with problems. Hello, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. You know the expert I call for roofing advice is Excel Roofing, the first roofer on referrallist.com 25 years ago. I know I can rely on Excel's advice when listeners call with roof problems. When I needed a new roof, I used Excel. You should too. In business since 1993 with more than 36,000 satisfied customers. Excel is your insurance claims specialist. If you think you have roof damage, call Excel first. Excel also has a full-service repair department. They can help you with any roof problem. And get this, most roofers ask for money up front, and that's where most problems start, especially when they don't show up or do bad work. But at Excel, you don't pay a cent until you're content. 303-761-6400, 761-6400, or excelroofing.com.
Attention timeshare owners. Did some high-pressure salesperson twist your arm into buying a timeshare? Did they forget to mention that the vacation times you want will never be available, or that it will cost you more to use the timeshare than if you just booked online as a non-owner? I bet that salesperson also forgot to mention your fees will go up year after year after year. They misled you. It's not right, and it's not your fault. Whether you bought decades ago or days ago, we can help. Timeshare Freedom Group's Freedom Process has helped thousands of people get out of unwanted timeshares. Let us help you be free from your regrettable, overpriced, and unavailable timeshare. We are the leaders in the industry with decades of experience canceling timeshares worldwide legally and permanently. That's why we offer a 100% money-back guarantee. Start the Freedom Process now by calling Timeshare Freedom Group at 855-48-CANCEL. That's 855-48-CANCEL. 855-48-CANCEL.
Timeshare Freedom Group, we set you free.
The Ribble Group sells homes faster and for the most money. Go to Gaye, spelled G-A-Y-E, hasthebuyers.com.
All right, guys, you're back on about 10 seconds.
Everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. As with all financial planning, okay, you need to know if you need financial planning first. Not all people need financial planning. They don't. If you don't have a lot, you don't need it. Now, that doesn't mean you don't need a strategy of some kind, like cutting spending and all that, but a financial plan you don't necessarily need.
But there's lots of other ways, too. I mean, we don't know how much money this guy's talking about. Right. If you've got money to buy a McDonald's franchise, that's about as turnkey as it gets. You'll have money every single month forever.
Again, with financial planning, though, you need full transparency. And what Mark was talking about is active or passive. Very few people, when they talk about financial planning, are talking about an active plan. They're talking about a passive plan. You need to know your net worth and the planner's net worth, and the planner's investing practices and the products, and how will they be compensated. So I just want to go over this, and those listening will learn a lot because it'll help you. It's just a logical thing. Andrew, What is your net worth? For example, what is your yearly income? Let's take there. What is your yearly income?
70,000.
Okay. And how do you make that 70,000?
Well, working.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 66.
Okay. How long are you going to work?
I'm planning to go in retirement now.
Okay. Do you have a home?
Yes.
And what's the equity in it?
I would say 600.
Is the equity?
Yeah,
Okay, so you have 600 to the good. You owe any on it?
No.
Okay, good. Home equity 600,000. How much in the bank?
49.
About 49 grand. Okay. And so what about other savings? Do you have a 401k? Do you have any kind of pension?
Yeah, on the stocks.
Okay, all together, stocks, 401k, everything. How much does it come to?
200.
Okay. So really, again, you probably don't need a lot of financial planning. You just need some wisdom here on what to do.
Are you going to cash out of the equity of that house and downsize so you can use that 600?
I might, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Again, I am not recommending you do anything except I do want to tell you that there are different ways to attack it. The equity in your home, and I want people to understand this when I say this and not go crazy. Equity does no good to you whatsoever. Zero. If you're older and living there. It does no good. So, equity, as Mark said, you can sell it, take the money, and have a smaller place. Now, having a paid-off home is a wonderful thing. But many times, having a paid-off home with a lot of equity and having a paid-off home with less equity, it would be better to have less equity because unless you're going to convert the equity, equity has no value. It really doesn't. It's just sitting there. And the way you convert equity is by selling it and downsizing or by doing a reverse loan. And I say a reverse loan as opposed to a regular loan because a reverse loan, you just stay there the rest of your life and you have no payment and you can live off about 50% of the equity and a little more maybe if you're older. Again, that's not necessarily viable for everyone. There's another thing you can do too, and I don't ever recommend taking a loan out on your house and investing it, no matter how low rates are. I just don't think that's a good idea. I don't think home equity should be gambled with. So at 66, 600,000 in equity, that home, by the way, is going to count against you when you want to do long-term care if you ever need it. Just keep that in mind. Whereas if you had a loan on it, like a reverse, and I'm not trying to talk you into a reverse, I'm just talking. With a reverse loan, 125% of value is put on it as far as a lien. So there's no equity showing if you ever need long-term care. So there are many benefits to having equity, many benefits to converting the equity into money that you can use.
Like with $500,000, you can probably find a decent, and I need to underscore that, annuity that'll pay between $2,000 and $4,000 a month.
Now, Mark, are you sure you can get that much with that?
I think so.
Now, an annuity is not a bad idea. If you could, but that would mean you don't have a house. You'd have to cash your equity out to buy it. An annuity is buying cash flow, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I would get, you have to be really careful. That's why I said you need financial planners that you know how they make their money. But I don't think you would be in a position, I would not have a regular financial planner. If I were you, I would go to people who sell products and make a commission on it because that commission is just built in, and I wouldn't pay someone yearly a fee for managing an estate as small as yours. I wouldn't waste the money. But I would go to people I trust to kind of do that. And I'm not even sure, Mark, if a stock account is smart for him at his age. I don't think so.
It's usually the problem with that is you might be holding on to something for 6 months to a year or taking a loss.
Yeah. So, Andrew, what you're doing, if you have a 401k and you have other things, the only thing I would probably look at is if you ever, do you want to stay in your home the rest of your life?
No.
Okay.
I was thinking about the reverse mortgage.
I don't think that would be good for him.
Not now. No, I don't think now it would.
No.
Because you won't get enough. You won't get enough of the equity, and you know you want to. I would if I were you. If you were in that home when you're 70, that wouldn't be a bad idea to get a reverse loan on it. I mean, you could always pay it off once you leave, but it would give you the security of a home and some cash, access to your cash. But again, that's not the end all. You have savings, and you're gonna. What is your Social Security going to be every month? Approximately.
I would say around 2,000.
Yeah. So if I were you, I would probably buy an annuity with the equity in my home and downsize. But what size is your home right now? 600.
The only thing I'm going to disagree on that is I don't think I'd buy anything right now.
No.
Sell it at the top
Not
and
now.
go rent one of these 8 million apartments you're building.
Right? Yeah. You don't want to buy anything right now, but you do want to sell it if you can get a good dime. What size is your house?
I would say 2,500.
Yeah. This is a tough situation. You're working, you're making pretty good money. You have really a small amount of money, 200,000 in savings of all kinds. That's cash, stocks, and retirement. That's not a lot of money. In fact, that's not enough to retire on. So that, along with Social Security, will get you a pretty meager retirement. Okay? It's not going to be but you can cash out of a qualified plan and buy an annuity with. Can you buy an annuity inside of a qualified plan? Do you know?
I think you. That I don't know. I would assume you can.
And here I'm going to. We have a lot of good financial people who would have recommendations, but I'm going to tell you the problem you're in right now. You're too small. You're too big to do nothing, and too small to get serious. You're really in a weird kind of grouping right there. So you're not doing anything. Go ahead.
Buying annuity, is it for lifetime?
What an annuity does.
Hey, and yes, you can definitely roll them over into the right annuity.
Yeah. You can if you have a lump sum of cash, okay? You can take a lump sum of cash and you literally buy income. You give up some liquidity, but yes, they would do an actuarial table and then pay out a monthly fee and for life. That's okay. In fact, it's one of the few options people do have that don't have a lot of money. It does because these companies, insurance companies, are really smart at investing, and they can give you a good amount of money, but you give up liquidity. Okay?
And it makes it so a lot of people can't go out and blow their nest egg on something.
Right. I don't think it's a bad idea, but you have to wonder, where am I going to get the lump sum? Because home equity is all you have, and you need a place to live. So you're in a quandary there. But I'm going to recommend you to some financial people off the air just to talk to. But frankly, you're too small for them, but they may have some suggestions, or we can get them on the air. APO Financial. These are good guys we've known for years. Frankly, you're small as far as in their category, but they would probably talk to you. If we can get them on the air, we will. Hold on.
Now,
Zero Res, full of law, about a minute.
This report is sponsored by Z-Quill, Pure Z's all night.
From the BetPred Sports Traffic Center, taking a look at your ride this afternoon. Got some slow spots as you make your way southbound on I-25. Be prepared for delays of more than 5 minutes, and that's going to be between I-70 and Spear due to some construction going on. If you're traveling in the Littleton area, heads up Santa Fe southbound. As you approach West Aspen Grove, you're seeing heavy delays. Got some construction going on there as well. And if you're traveling Federal southbound, got a crash at Hamden. Want to use caution as you head through that area. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Today's going to be a high of 65 degrees, low 48 degrees, possibility for some storms. Current temperature is 51 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Kate Thomas, 630 KHOW.
Up at 2 a.m.
Zero Res, Fuller, about 10 seconds.
Try Pure Z's all night.
Unlike other sleep aids, our extended-release melatonin helps you sleep longer and longer. ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night. Fall asleep, stay asleep.
One of the best methods for cleaning carpets, tile and grout, and upholstery is ZeroResDenver.com. ZeroRes processes water into a super soft alkaline charged water that becomes an incredible cleaning agent. In fact, it's hard to believe, but it's not harsh. It leaves zero residue, and it leaves everything cleaner longer because it doesn't attract dirt. You'll see it when you have your carpets done, and you won't believe it. They're hardly wet at all, and they stay cleaner longer. Plus, the grout and tile sparkles like new, and upholstery, even the deepest stains come out. ZeroResDenver.com right now, $33 a room. No limits. You can go as many rooms as you want at just $33. ZeroResDenver.com. And then, of course, you can ask about their tile and grout or upholstery cleaning while they're there, or you may call them just for that. 303-471-5150. Isn't it nice to know there is someone available who can give you free legal advice when you need it the most? So many times we get into an accident and there's an injury and people are wondering, what should I do? They go off with all kinds of inaccurate information, thinking they're entitled to this and entitled to that. Or worse, they are entitled to it and they don't know it. Whatever the case, you can get free legal advice from John Fuller. Now look for John Fuller at referralist.com or give him a call and ask any question you want without any pressure to hire him. And if you do hire him, he only works on contingency, so never out of pocket. 303-597-4500. 597-4500.
Ask a simple question. Ask everyone you know what matters to them. Work the angles. Question authority. Favor facts over conspiracies. And trust standards over hearsay. At MSNBC, this is who we are.
Putting off refinancing because you think it's a hassle? Think again with Ideal Home Loans. Here's owner Brent Ivinson.
There doesn't have to be a bunch of red tape. There doesn't have to be a bunch of headaches. With us being a direct lender, we can make this fast, simple, and easy and have you saving money right away.
So what are you waiting for? Get started now online at idealhomeloans.com. First, they listen, then they lend. 303-867-7000. That's 867-7000.
Problem drinking doesn't have to mean anxiety-ridden group therapy or the expectation of 100% sobriety. Take back control of your life with LifeBack. LifeBack is a physician-approved, completely private, app-based program designed for those who want to cut back on drinking without having to quit completely.
I just no longer have a need to self-medicate with alcohol. I'm in control of my life, not alcohol, and I feel wonderful. I'm able to repair the relationships that I damaged while I was over drinking.
I was skeptical at first. I even resigned myself to the fact that I could end up in jail or even die if I didn't quit drinking. With LifeBack, I noticed a complete change and took back control. I feel better than I have in years.
LifeBack makes drinking your choice, not a need. Save money, health, time, and relationships by starting the LifeBack program today. Visit lifebac.com. That's lifebac.com. Or call 888-959-8858. That's 888-959-8858. Get your life back today.
All the benefits of IVs at your door. Rocky Mountain IV Medics. Hydration, immunosupport, migraines, general wellness. Call or text 720-987-2155. Rocky Mountain IV Medics. 720-987-2155.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/work. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/work. That's ZipRecruiter.com/work. ZipRecruiter.com/work.
COSHotTubs.com of Colorado Springs is one of the only hot tub dealers in the country who bought enough tubs to supply them through the pandemic. The wait is over sale. 14 manufacturers, hundreds in stock, same week delivery, no wait time. Ask about the deposit forgiveness program. If you bought a tub somewhere else and you can't get it, you may be able to apply that money towards one of our tubs. COSHotTubs.com. COSHotTubs.com.
Stay connected with your favorite shows.
About 10 seconds, you're back, guys.
Sign up for our newsletter email now at khow.com/newsletter. Breaking news, weather, sports, and more from our community. That's khow.com/newsletter.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. So, give Andrew, I want to see if APO Financial can come on to talk in general. It's so hard, people, when it comes to financial planning to give advice or financial products. Here is the bottom line. There are two ways to build wealth: by building equity or cash flow. For example, if you have a good job that pays a lot, that's cash flow, but zero equity. If you have a home that's growing in value, you have equity, but no cash flow. The only way to make wealth is to convert cash flow into things that grow equity, or take things that have equity and convert back to cash, which then can be used to make more cash. That conversion process is tricky because with it comes risks. So there's no one size fits all. And I resent financial people who say, oh, you got to do this and you got to do that, or they're all selling one thing. Be careful. And anyway, we're going to try to get some general recommendations. If you have any problems, questions, or complaints, give us a call, 303-713-TALK. Another tax deadline has come and gone. Yet another extension? Worse, are you ignoring the IRS? Maybe you haven't filed for years. Is there a back tax debt looming? Hello, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. You need the help of my friends Ron and Jack Larson at Larson Tax.
This article about how COVID has sparked anti-Semitism. I have not heard once any of these that the virus is a Jewish conspiracy. Have you ever heard that?
I can't even imagine.
Or the virus should be used to kill Jews. Never, ever, ever have I heard that. Or the deaths of Jews come from COVID-19 should be celebrated. And Jews are the primary spreaders. Honest to God, I have not heard one of these things ever said, ever.
That's 844-LA.
Man, I'm dying to go play Top Golf, but I refuse to wear a fucking mask. You play Top Golf or no? You don't golf at all, do you?
I used to.
Top Golf's fucking fun, man.
Well, you just sit up there and hit the ball, right?
No. You try to. It's different games you play against people.
In Washington, the top GOP leader in the House says they won't support a congressional probe into the Capitol siege. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy Tuesday said a new commission looking into the attack on the Capitol on January 6th would be, quote, duplicative of federal law enforcement efforts and, quote, potentially counterproductive. A proposal negotiated by one of McCarthy's key lieutenants would give both Democrats and Republicans equal representation on the panel and require bipartisan agreement for subpoenas. McCarthy said he would go beyond January 6th and explicitly include a review of what he called political violence in U.S. cities last summer during racial justice protests. Travis ABC News, Washington. New recommendations regarding colon cancer. Health experts say people with average risk should start screening at 45. Years old, down from 50. This is ABC News. ABC News Now, I'm Ariel Resha. An investigation into last month's police shooting death in Elizabeth, North Carolina of Andrew Brown Jr. found the use of deadly force justified. That conclusion today from the Pasquotank County DA.
The deputy's actions are unreasonable under all circumstances of the case. The deputies face both actual danger and apparent danger as perceived by them on the scene.
The deputies will be India reporting its deadliest day in the COVID crisis. While the number of new reported cases of COVID-19 in India is down, it reported 4,329 fatalities in 24 hours, marking its deadliest day yet.
You know what? I hate when you have to bullshit to get a fucking person. God damn it. I'm going to have to say I want 12 different Topgolf booths in order to talk to a human. Then it says go to their FAQ and it'll answer all the common questions. Nowhere on there does it say you got to wear a mask. Where? At Topgolf. I mean, it's fucking outside. But last time I went there, they wanted a mask on. It's outside.
These and other favorites are waiting for you. Order dinner tonight for delivery or pickup. Only at Panera. Availability and pricing may vary.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now. But if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait. This could be a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which can make you about...
So the only way you get a human is to tell them you're bringing like 50 people.
Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, are you guys, we were thinking of having a big party there. Are you guys still requiring masks right now? Oh, cool. But you don't have to wear one, period. All right, thanks. I'll call you back. You would think they'd put that on their fucking website. But instead, what they have on their website and their telephone is we are implementing all the safety precautions. Ah, there's the update. We're going to have a great update. Is the update good? Is the car over there? Ooh. I'm dying to hear this one, man. What is it? The one with Champagne Motors where the owner had the cars towed. Desiree's back on.
This report is sponsored by Lifetime Windows and Siding.
No, what I do, I report it fucking stolen. Maybe the insurance would pick it up, huh?
Roadwork happening things up on southbound Santa Fe between Bowles and Congress Road, and there's an accident involving a motorcycle on Federal just south of Brandon. About 31 pinpoint weather, cloudy this afternoon with some scattered showers, a high in the mid-60s, cool off to the upper 40s overnight tonight. It's 55 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Susie Working here. In addition to supporting Denver Zoo conservation programs, Lifetime Windows and Siding makes donations to food banks and garages, helping feed our neighbors in need. To show the local commitment, Lifetime is offering 40% off. Call 1-800-NEW-YOU.
History is beautiful, brutal, and often ridiculous. At least it is on the Ridiculous History podcast. Hosts Ben Bolin and Noel Brown have been discussing ridiculous history for years and have covered everything from Antarctic murders to Chewbacca's bodyguards and so much more. Fascist dictator Benito Mussolini was super into
holy shit.
Dive into some of the weirdest stories from across the span of human civilization. Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. When you put skill with honesty and integrity, you get Sheridan Auto Tech. The needed repairs when you need them, the quality repairs when you need them. They will never sell you anything you don't need. In business more than 20 years with honesty, integrity, knowledge, experience. Kevin Calkin is the owner, and he prides himself. There are those with customers doing the right thing. Colfax, just west of Oxford, and Havana, just south of 6th Avenue. 303-455-7242. 455-7242. And on my referral list at referralist.com.
Sells homes faster and for the most money. Fortune Games, GAYE,
Tell your smart device 630K now. What? All right, back in. Talk that impacts your life.
Getting 630K Hub from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Now, one of the cases we handled here had to do with Champagne Motors. Just suddenly closed up, 2900 South Broadway. There were a number of cars there, including Desiree's car. Her car lost power. She had brought it there. One day she goes there. They're not there. Mark said an impound yard was called to come pick them up. So imagine having your car at a shop one day, and the next day it's in an impound lot for no reason. I mean, nothing you've done wrong.
That we know of.
Well, yeah, you leave your car for service. It's now in an impound lot.
No, my point is, if she dropped it off for 6 months and disappeared, I'd have it towed too.
But this wasn't the case.
No, it wasn't.
So Desiree,
yes,
he texted Suzanne, right? Susie said to have her call.
Yes, they wanted her to call the tow yard.
Okay, so you called, and what did you find out?
They said they have an Audi. They don't even know if it is my Audi. I'd have to go take a look.
Well, obviously.
Then I'd have to pay the impound fee plus whatever they charge per day for holding it.
So, Tom.
Oh my God! This guy calls and says, "Get these cars off my lot. I'm closing business," and these people are stung. That the customers now have to pay the impound.
So Mark gave me a phone number that he thought was attached to Champagne Motors. I called it. I think it was the tow driver. He gave me his boss's number named Roman. Roman was nice, says if I texted him the VIN, he could tell me how much was owed and everything else.
Yeah, but why should these people have to pay?
I'm just trying to figure out what the status is before we try to work something out, Tom.
Yeah, but the bad guy is the guy that owned the shop. It's not the tow people.
I know that. But, I mean, golly. But don't you think the people that tow should ask for authority to tow? I mean,
yeah, but
if you don't own a car, you're right. If it's your shop.
Yeah, if it was at my house and you were towed there, I could have a tow truck come grab your vehicle.
You're right. But she was there at no fault of her own. I mean, Desiree, how long was your car there?
About this week would probably make about 3 weeks.
And when you dropped it off, did he say what did he say? I'm going to look at it and let you know, or did you say I'll call you?
Yeah, and then he called me back the next day and told me that my there was no pressure in my motor.
And what did he say to do?
I told him I'd let me figure out what I'm going to try to do. I was going to try to find some place to put it.
Okay, so hold on now, Desiree. You took it there. The very next day he told you there's no pressure in your engine. You said, let me think about what to do with it. And then did you call him back and tell him what to do with it?
I've been going through a lot now.
Okay, so Desiree, I'm not trying to make this about you or make it hard on you. I'm asking, I'm just asking straight up. It's kind of a different little story.
That's why I was going down there on Friday to talk
but it was
to
2
him.
weeks later.
Yeah, but Tom, they're in the middle of remodeling now. I mean, the place is like bulldozed or something, right?
Here's what I'm saying, Suze. Let's map this out. She drops her car off. The guy calls her the next day and says, you're going to basically need an engine. She says, let me get back to you on what to do with it. 2 weeks later, she calls him back. Okay, this guy, did he try calling her during that 2 weeks maybe? I mean, now listen, I'm trying to give him every benefit of the doubt. It's not like she drops it off one day and the next day it's towed. So Desiree, you said you were going to get back to him, and did you get back to him at all during the next 2 weeks? Desiree? Desiree? We got to figure out what's going on there. Look, maybe it's a little different. This guy's going out of business.
I think you picked up the wrong line, Tom. It's
I'm
3.
sorry. Okay. Oh, I picked up 4. You're right. Sorry. Desiree, I'm sorry. When you told him you were going to get back to him, did you get back to him?
Not. I tried calling him, and there was never a call back.
Okay. Did you leave a message for him?
Yes.
Okay. Did he ever try calling you at all, do you know? Not that you know. Not that you know, right? Listen, here's the thing. Is he going to say, look, she abandoned it, she left it there and never called me back? What is he going to say? The car was a junk? And let's examine that, Desiree. I'm not trying to stick up for this guy, but what I'm trying to do is examine every option. Let's say if your car needs an engine, what year is it?
2009.
Okay. Were you going to put an engine in it?
At one point, yes. Not right away because I don't have the money saved up for it.
So you were going to take the car and store it somewhere. Where were you going to store it? You said you got back to him, so what were you going to tell him?
I had talked to my mother-in-law. I was going to store it there.
Okay, so is she'll let you store it there?
No, not now.
Why?
Because they had to put one of my nephew's cars there.
So where would you put it if you got it back right now? It doesn't have an engine.
Yeah, what's the value of this thing? What's the value of it?
Well, to me, it's
no. What can you sell it for?
The body is in excellent condition.
What is it? What kind of car?
Oh, no.
It's an A4 Audi.
09.
An 09 A4 Audi with a blown engine.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be big dollars.
It will?
Yeah, I think so. Even a used engine's not going to come cheap.
No, I mean, what will the car be worth without an engine?
Oh, God, I have no idea.
How many miles on the car?
There's not very many miles on it at all. I don't even know right now.
Well, Desiree was not given
many miles.
She was not given the choice. It seems unfair, though, that she's got to pay all these impound fees.
I don't know why this guy didn't just call her. I bet he says he did, but he won't come on. All he does is text.
What is this guy's name?
Can Desiree even afford to tow it out of there if, let's say, it was free to get it out of there? I don't even know if that's the case.
Good point.
Yeah, even if he said, come and get it, Desiree, could you come and get it?
No, because I don't even, what I'd like is to get the stuff out if because
what stuff?
Some of the stuff in the back.
What stuff?
In the trunk, I have stuff of my mother's who passed away on New Year's Day.
Oh, man.
Do you think these guys would give her any of her stuff?
Most of these places are only required to give stuff like car seats and medication.
We can plead with Roman after I give him the VIN number.
Roman's not the bad guy here. He's the tow yard, okay? He's in the middle. But what about Roman? If she can't afford this, it's a piece of junk. You can still get a few $100 for it. Can she get her stuff out of the back?
I'm sure this guy, in fact, I'll make sure this guy actually does that if she's going to sign the title over, but I don't hear that from her.
Would you sign the title over if he let you empty out the car, the trunk?
Mark,
would you, Desiree?
Yeah.
Desiree, I want to ask you something.
I'm sure we can figure that out.
Hold on. I want to ask you something. This truck, this car, you don't have anywhere to put it. It's unfortunate. What's the name of the guy from Champaign? We don't have his name. What's his name?
Larry
Koerner, Koerner.
K-O-E-R. He's the one that texted you where it was, right, Suzanne?
It was a Facebook page message.
Why don't you ask the Facebook page, like, why did you call these people, just if we can get anything
The owner
else.
is Larry, what's his last name? Do we have it? K-O-E-R or something?
Larry, sell your car.
Larry, I mean, this Larry guy we got to talk to. Larry, why didn't you call her and tell her to come and get the car, or at least whatever? And how many cars were towed out of there? Did the guy say?
Multiple is all I know. More than one.
You know, this is...
I know when I was here, this car lot was almost full.
Well, yeah.
Plus he had some in the back.
Suze, do you have Larry's last name?
Koerner. That's in as in Nancy. Coroner, Koerner.
Yeah,
and it does say he's the owner of Champagne Motors.
Did you owe anything to Larry?
No, he didn't do anything.
Well, I mean, diagnose. I don't know if he did or didn't.
Desiree, how did you know Larry at Champagne Motors?
Well, like I told you yesterday, when my father passed away, I wanted to find a place that specialized in Audis. And they seemed like reasonable guys, honest people.
Like what?
I came in for
out of
oil
curiosity.
change.
Out of curiosity, I've heard this before, and I need to know what you mean. What does seems honest mean? What does that mean?
Well, like when I came in, I came in one day. I was the very first customer. He didn't have change for $100, but he gave me, because I got an oil change, and he gave me something to put in my fuel tank. He's like, "This equals out to what we owe you for $100."
That sounds like the opposite of...
What did he do?
Instead of giving her change for the 100, he gave her some additive, and then...
Oh, no.
I don't even
Desiree,
know what to say to that.
This is, let's see if we can get the stuff out of the trunk at least.
Instead of that $80, here's a can of something.
What does her... David Ellis, get found fast, 888 Heating. About 30 seconds.
Woman of color vice president.
Oh, my God. What's so damn funny is that's why he was honest. Because he couldn't give me change for $100, so he gave me a can of STP. Oh, shit.
Favor facts over conspiracies.
What should American citizens know?
And trust standards over hearsay. At MSNBC, this is what we do, and this is who we are.
Change for $100, and he gave me something to put in my car.
DavidEllisJewelry.com will get you the website for David Ellis. But really, you should stop by if you have old jewelry, watches, anything with precious metal in it. He wants to take a look and buy it. He promises that same-day appraisal and check if he wants it. And, isn't that a better alternative than sending stuff blindly through the mail or by going to a hotel room and meeting someone who sets up shop for a few days? DavidEllisJewelry.com, 3rd and Clayton. He'll buy it all, give you a check on the spot. He's been there 40 years. It's a name you can trust. 303-322-8779. 3rd and Clayton. David Ellis. So if you have any old stuff that has precious metals, gold, silver, platinum, whatever, give them a try at 3rd and Clayton. All right. The websites that need help, how do you know you need help? Well, traffic doesn't always tell you that because it could be doing better. You never know what's missing in your website or how your website can improve without an expert to look at it and tell you. We have the experts at GetFoundFast.com. GetFoundFast.com. As the name implies, they help with search engine optimization. They also help with the website itself. So if you have any questions, get a free analysis of your website. GetFoundFast.com.
324 reviews on Google. 5-star rating. And what's amazing is not only is their service 5-star rating, but their pricing. Listen to this. A new furnace, a new air conditioner, a new whole home humidifier, 5 years, no interest, starting at $8,500. I can't stress it enough. This deal will go away soon as it gets hot out. I promise you, because they're going to be able to sell that air conditioner for that prices. And let me tell you, their competition's doing that right now. There is a shortage on stuff out there as well because of supply chain because of COVID. Bottom line is, if you need a new furnace, a new AC, now is the time to do it. One more time, starting at $8,500, you get a new furnace installed, new AC installed, whole home humidifier installed, 5 years, no interest, starting at $8,500. 888heating.com is their website. And here's what I love. You're driving in your car right now. Guess what their phone number is? 888-HEATING. God, you can't ask for a better goddamn phone number, can you? You can't do it. Remember at first they didn't want to use that?
Yeah, which was stupid.
Because if you call from out of state, it'll go to a different one, you know what I mean? But how many people really call from out of state? And then let's say it does go to a different one. Let's say some guy in Texas answers, and it's an 888 Heating in Texas, and they say they're in Colorado. What are they going to do? They're going to give them the damn number here, right? Of course.
And we'll bring the show savings right to you also. Folks, when you book your full project now or select install rates, you'll enjoy our traditional 8% home show savings. Call and check us out. Whether it's a kitchen, bath, some counters or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, Dad, as always, we have our word will treat you right. Take them 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Hi, break time? I know you. I'm colon.
Oh, that sucks.
Colon cancer screening option for people.
Oh my God, Mike just had a great idea.
Mikey?
Yeah, top level domains. So, imagine if we could get .scumbag and we own it. Anybody on the Sleeves Brigade or anybody else would now become.
Doesn't it cost like $600?
I don't know. He didn't get prices because it's not even.
Let's do a top level domain.
Oh, that's what came in. Somebody suggested we get .scumbag for splash page stuff like Ira Siegel or Ira .scumbag. And I sent to Mike, and then Mike came back with that's taken, but we do have .sucks available. We can say
wait. Oh my God, so and so
.sucks, and then it goes to our Sleeves Brigade to their profile.
.sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, .sucks.
What does it cost?
Like mark.sucks. You know.
Ask them how much it costs.
Okay.
I need to know because I mean this is a serious thing.
No, it could be really good.
Yeah.
We've always known we can monetize Sleeves Brigade. That would it all goes into the same picture.
But hold on, we're on, damn it. And
oh, we got another minute. Something.
No one's flopping down 600.
No, we need to know what it costs to get that top level, please.
Okay.
And then I need to talk to Mikey about fucking that.
You know what's cool about it? You own top level. You literally own it.
No, I know. For everyone.
That's it. If anybody wants it. Scumbag. Oh man. Actually, I like .sucks better. Champagne Motors .sucks.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in handcrafted Colorado-made furniture, custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most reasonable. You will not find better built furniture in Colorado than Woodley. Visit Woodleys.com today. Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHAL.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-8255. Icon Eye Care gave me the gift of perfect vision. They can give you near perfect vision or perfect vision. You know, sometimes people need a reader here and there, but one thing is for sure. The lenses they put in will never grow old. They will never fog. They will never, ever go bad. And you don't, in addition to that, you will never have cataracts. That's Icon Eye Care. Now, I had the clear lens exchange. People keep asking, Tom, why didn't you have LASIK? I did have LASIK. And then my eyes continued to get older. LASIK does not stop your eyes from aging. It just alters your lens. So I decided to replace my lens completely. And that's what they do with a clear lens exchange. Now, people with cataracts, they do a lens exchange, but it's not clear lens. They're getting rid of their cataracts. And they can pay for the upgrade and get the focusable lenses. But basically what I had done was a clear lens exchange, which means I had cataract surgery, but they put in these multifocal lenses that can see near and far, and now it's done. IconEyeCare.com.
So if someone's on Medicare, or they'll take Medicare, but then you just pay for the upgrade.
If you have cataracts.
Wow.
Yeah, because Medicare pays for cataract surgery.
Then you get the newest and best.
That's right, but you pay for the upgraded lens. Now, I didn't have cataracts. I just went for a clear lens exchange. It's well worth it. The best money I've ever spent. I have perfect vision that will never deteriorate. 866-GOT-ICON. 866-GOT-ICON. So, I just can't say enough. Now, Tom, he's an insurance adjuster and has a perspective. I imagine he's listened to the show now and then and has a perspective on adjusting and on claims. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, you were talking earlier about the restoration process.
Oh, yes.
And there's two pieces of this, and I don't know that you recognize this. Maybe you do, but you didn't mention it. The first part's mitigation, and the second part is restoration.
Right.
And when you talked about all dry, it sounded like mostly they did the mitigation,
right?
Drying it out, and then the
drying it out and stopping of further damage, right?
Correct. So where the problem kind of comes in, and there's really good mitigation contractors and restoration contractors out there, and there's really bad ones. There's just across the board.
That's right.
But the really, even the good ones can kind of get into a trap in as much as that they start taking out in their mitigation, and it does, maybe they don't take enough out. They're trying to dry it with fans and DUs, but it's not going to work very well. And so they just need to take out, let's say, the wet material, whether it be drywall or whatever. And then, they think they're saving you money, maybe, that you're not going to have to do too much. But when it gets right down to it, it ends up having to cut out more of the drywall. They end up having to do more of that work. And then the restoration becomes a bigger project, too. So even if you got a $1,000 deductible, it's a really difficult situation to hit that moving target because you don't know how long it's going to dry out. Now, the bad restoration contractors do very little cutout, and they just go in there with all these VUs and whatever, and they just try to just dry it. And some things you just can't dry. You can't bring water out of a rubber pad, so to speak, a sponge. And you can't, so you've got to take some of that stuff up. The restoration people, many times, are trying to follow up and fix what the mitigation folks are screwing up, really. So even though you might think they're trying to save you money in the long run, you probably are going to turn the damn thing in anyway to your insurance company because the money's going to get big.
Tom, I see exactly what you're saying. You're right. So you want a mitigation company that does proper mitigation, but doesn't really, if they shortcut it, it's what you're saying is you're going to pay the piper one way or the other, either in the beginning or when you rebuild.
Yes, and if you shortcut it, you don't necessarily save any money. All you've done is shortcut it.
Or you've shifted the insurance claim from the the mitigation part to the restoration part.
And one other piece I wanted to kind of throw out there, just throwing DUs in there does not really, fans and DUs does not do much. Some of these guys make all their money on renting this equipment in there and leaving it.
I know.
And they just leave it there. It's kind of like, well, I don't have to store it because I'm stored for $10 a spot or whatever. I'm just going to leave it there for 2 weeks, drying the hell out of this place. It's not going to solve it. And then they're going to send a bill for 2 weeks of drying that is just not, it's ridiculous. If it takes more than 3 days to dry it, then they should have cut the materials out.
Okay, that's good points made. Seriously. Now, we still have yet another update. Hold on. Desiree, she took her car to Champagne Motors. The guy shut down Champagne Motors and had all the cars towed out of there. Now she's stuck with a big bill. And the car's not even worth it, and she wants to get the stuff out of the trunk. But I say Champagne Motors and Larry Corner, the guy who he basically screwed these people by just shutting down supposedly without notice and not letting them come get their cars, according to her. And as a result, it ended up in a compound or an impound yard. Go ahead. What's going on?
Okay, Tom, so two things. So the first thing is that apparently Roman said that the owner of Champagne Motors wasn't paying his rent and all this stuff. His lease was up, so he got kicked out. Now, I don't know what kind of strings Rod Greer pulled with JFR Cars, our referral list member, but he called me. He said he knows Roman. Roman said if she'll get it out in the next 48 hours, $265. No daily fees, nothing. But it's got to be in the next 48 hours.
Wow. Hey, Desiree, did you hear that? If you pay $268, you can get your car out.
Okay. But what if I can't get the money because, you know...
Well, you need more than money. You need someone to tow it. Well, I don't... Desiree, I don't know. I mean, I assume you were prepared to pay something because you had it in there to be registered.
I'm pretty sure I can get the money together. But, you know... Then you guys are talking about if I was ready to sign over the title.
Would you ask Roman if he'd take the title in exchange for her emptying it? She has no place to put it, no way of towing, and no way of coming up.
And we appreciate JFR Cars getting involved. We do appreciate that.
Oh, I bet it was over 800.
Tanya, what's going on? Hello, Tanya.
What's up?
What's up with you? What's up with you?
I'm here in upstate New York.
It's Tanya with Pikes Peak Dating, Tom.
Tanya with Pikes Peak Dating. Why would I know her?
She's a new referral list member of ours.
In upstate New York. In upstate New York. Oh, my God. So wait a minute. So you're online then. You're online for dating.
I'm a secret operative mission.
So people in Colorado can use it?
Hell yeah, dude! There's people in New York coming. There's people in Colorado coming to New York.
She sounds like a fun gal.
Now hold on, seriously. The name is the website pikespeakdating.com.
I got rid of it because I couldn't afford it anymore.
So where do people find Pikes Peak Dating?
Word of mouth. It's the smartest.
Do you have a website though?
No, but she's on our referral list.
She's on the referral list, but she doesn't have a website.
No.
Okay, hold on.
Are you at an event right now?
Oh, she's partying right now. Tanya, seriously, I want to know, how do we tell people, how does Pikes Peak Dating work? I need to know.
Let's not forget it's 3:30 in New York, so it's much later there.
How does it work?
You guys already know. You guys are peekabooing.
Okay.
She said she could get me married if I wanted.
Okay. Now, here's what I want to know. I want to know, how does it work and how do people use it, okay? She's on the referral list. Mark, you signed her up, didn't you? You were saying, one of you said it was... No, but all kidding aside, you said, Tom, this isn't like the other ones.
That's right.
It's pretty legit.
Well, what she does is she has functions. But we told her to call when she's got a function going on, when she has a mixer or a get-together, because generally what she does is she gets people together at a function, and hopefully they meet the love of their life.
I prefer blenders instead of mixers, Mark.
Okay, so listen, it's Pikes Peak Dating on the referral list. I just looked it up, and it says they have a team in Colorado that brings events to Colorado and Colorado Springs and the surrounding areas. Does she have an event she wants to? She has parties, and they have speed dating, and they have several nights of face-to-face meetings. So ask her when the next event is. By the way, she's got great reviews here, seriously.
Yeah, she's gotten good results.
And she sounds like she's having fun. So find out what
it's not just, honestly, it's not just for straight people.
We'll find out when the next event is.
KHOW Denver.
All right, Mile High approval. Joe Lazare, about a minute.
Oh, Lord. No, honestly not. I don't think she's been drinking.
This report is sponsored by the Denver Gazette.
From the Beach Sports traffic center, things slowing on I-25, both northbound and southbound, heading into downtown. It's also heavy on 270 in both directions.
I thought at first, I'm like, holy shit.
There's an accident on eastbound I-70 at Washington, that stretch slow from I-25. There's an accident involving a motorcycle on Federal just south of Canton, and also a crash at 74th in Colorado. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, cloudy this afternoon with some scattered showers. A high in the mid-60s, cool off to the upper 40s overnight tonight. Partly cloudy tomorrow for your Wednesday with a high in the low 70s. It's 54 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Jenny LaRose, 630 KHOW.
The Denver Gazette is a better look.
All right, about 1 minute. My hot take. Or 10 seconds, sorry.
Format. News that is for Denver, by Denver. Try it today at denvergazette.com. That's denvergazette.com.
Blake Harris Law. You used to know him as Mile High Estate Planning. Well, it's still Blake and his team at Blake Harris Law, and you can find him at 833-ASK-BLAKE. As I said, Blake is serious about answering questions free of charge. You can call and ask as much as you want. He's a great resource. In fact, I had somebody that was facing an immediate death. Somebody died. They called Blake that Friday and got answers that they needed so they could rest assured the weekend. Whether you're facing probate immediately, or you want to avoid probate, or you want to plan your own estate or one for your maybe parents or a loved one, 833-ASK-BLAKE. Blake Harris Law. And it's BlakeHarrisLaw.com. He's there to answer all of your questions, and then he only charges flat rates for what he actually does for you. And catch his latest article at 303consumer.com about the 10 biggest mistakes people make when estate planning. You can get your digital copy of 303 Consumer at 303consumer.com. All right, Approval Reverse Mortgage. That's the place to go for reverse loans. As you know, right now, times are favorable for reverse loans because you have high equity and low interest, and you have honest people like Joan Sullivan and her team at ApprovalReverse.com. 303-771-3528. I hope none of you ever need a criminal defense attorney. But you know, serious traffic incidents, DUIs, they require attorneys. Don't ever try to do it alone, even if you're innocent or you want to work out a deal. You need an attorney to get you through. Joe Lazara does flat rate pricing on everything, so you'll know the price of everything, and he won't nickel and dime you, and the price won't change. Joseph A. Lazara. Find him at 303-429-6200. You can also find Joe on my referral list at referrallist.com.
The Piketon Massacre, a riveting true crime podcast, is back for season 2. In 2016, 8 members of the same family.
Only 2,600
today. A local family of 4 await trial on these murders. The podcast examines the details of this horrific case.
They're accused of doing this together. They're accused of trying to cover it up together as a family.
I did a strip time. No, I don't think he understands what we're asking.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, hold on. Top level domains, no. Hold on. He thinks we want a specific URL with that tag. Who? Mike.
Oh, no.
He's saying, oh, that.
No, you can buy the top level.
Okay, here it is.
You can definitely buy the top level.
That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage?
There's a big increase in top level domains.
Rates are at historic lows.
It's the new gold rush.
Well, if you hit the right one.
With an unbelievable
low rate of
2.25.
Organizations and individuals around the world can register second level, and in some cases third level.
Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial.
Oh my God, quit this crap. Hold it out.
If you refinance in last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 2.25 rate and APR.
Do you use Authenticator for Google or Microsoft or anything?
What do you mean by that, Mark? I don't know what you mean.
Authenticator, like instead of putting a password in or something, you gotta have your phone.
Can I do it?
Oh, I love it.
No, then I don't have to remember any passwords?
As long as you have your phone. And then you do a backup phone, like I'll do Suzanne's.
But does it do, Mark? Does it do a...
You still have a password, but you cannot log in without having your phone with you. You can save the password on the device, and if you don't have it, you use the authenticator.
You can book physical therapy directly. Maybe that's all you need. Find out today. Get your life back. 303.P. Isn't it time you got relief?
303-GOT-PAIN. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino for ColoradoPainCare.com.
I'm Dr. Brianna Fox.
I have an idea for a top-level domain. Can I register the new idea? No, you can't. You have to wait for an application period.
Oh my God, it sounds like a trademark or something. You know what I mean?
Can I reserve even my trademark? No. No reservations. You must wait. They open up a registration time.
This is Dave Logan, the law offices of Dane Campus, a serious law firm.
All right, back on about 15 seconds.
Before the situation with Michael Brown. You know the Chinese army is laughing at us now because the U.S. Army has issued a statement saying that climate change is... Let's talk about it.
Hi, Tom Martino. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, and to take complaints. Now, on the never-ending story of Desiree and her car, and Champagne Motors that closed down without notice, and clients had their cars towed, Suzanne has yet another update.
I do.
Stay tuned, Desiree. Yes.
I have two. I have Rod Greer asking Roman if he will take the title in exchange for her getting her things out. But I asked Champagne Motors via Facebook messaging, can you please let us know why Desiree wasn't given the opportunity to get her car before it was towed? She said nobody called her. She's devastated. They said didn't have her phone number. We told her her engine needed to be replaced, and she said she'd call back, but never did. Saw her in person when told.
Okay.
So that's their side.
And it's exactly what I said. They didn't know what to do. She left them hanging, but hold on. Did they try calling her back? Did they say they did?
Said he didn't have her phone number to call her back.
But yeah, I know about my engine being blown because he called me the very next day.
They say they saw you in person. I'm just giving messages, Desiree. They said they saw you in person.
Yeah, we saw each other the night that I dropped it off. We didn't see each other face to face.
Hey, Desiree, I want to ask a few questions. I want to ask a few questions right now. You lost both your mom and dad, right?
Yes.
How old are you?
6 months. I'm 40.
And
I have a 40-year-old brother with Down syndrome that lived with my father.
And are you taking care of him now?
No, well, right now he's back up in Fort Lupton.
Okay,
I get partial shared custody of him.
And Desiree, do you have income?
I do not right now. The only person working in my relationship is my boyfriend.
And how long you been with your boyfriend?
10 years, and 9 of those years he's been fighting colon cancer.
So how is he doing now?
He is actually in remission. He goes in every 6 months for endoscopies because they have what they call FAP, where his body just produces polyps. He had stage 3, almost stage 4 colon cancer.
So you are right now with a partner you've been with for 10 years?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. You're not alone. Okay, so you guys get along okay, and he helps you because he's working, and he helps you. Well, that's really good.
Yes.
Okay, are you capable of working, or are you disabled in any way?
This coming Monday, I'm going in for surgery, and then with my brother with Down syndrome, he needs 24-hour attention, 24-hour care when he's around.
What kind of surgery are you having?
I have golfer's elbow.
Oh.
I'm having it. I've already had one elbow done. I'm getting the other one done Monday.
When you do work, what kind of work do you do?
I do home health care, house cleaning.
Are you going to get back to work after you get better?
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys have a place to live right now?
We live in low-income housing.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm just trying to keep you from falling off the cliff with too many problems, because it sounds like you're in an area where you're just teetering. You know what I'm saying? And I want to make sure it doesn't get so deep we can't get you out. Because right now, this car thing, I know it has sentimental value to you,
but I don't think it's worth getting. I really don't.
No way.
And see, that was my only mode of transportation. That was my only mode of transportation.
But it's dead.
But right now,
I know.
Now, does your boyfriend have a car?
Right now, because of being in low income and the coronavirus, we are unable to get a car right this moment.
So you two are without. How does he get to work?
A friend of mine is loaning me her vehicle.
My gosh, that's not going to last too long, huh? So he needs to find a vehicle, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. In any case, Desiree, we're going to try to figure out a way for you to get those photos and stuff of your mom out of the car.
I'm sure they'll exchange it. I'm sure they'll do it.
You signed the car over. You don't want that car. And then you need to work, you and your boyfriend need to work on getting a banger or something you can drive around, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe we can find a car to get donated to you guys.
Can you guys get insurance?
But you'll
have. We can. We do have an insurance company that we do go through because of it's a relative of my boyfriend.
Good. If you can get insurance, we can probably find you a car. We have a number of different sources. We'll check to try to get you a car.
Okay, that would be awesome.
And then your surgery is this week?
Next week.
Okay.
On Monday.
So check back with us after your surgery.
This poor woman, if it wasn't for bad luck, she loses her parents.
Right.
Her car gets taken without anything that she did wrong. And then on top of that, her boyfriend has medical issues, cancer, and she's going up for surgery. I mean, this is crazy.
Her brother with Down syndrome.
Her brother with Downs, yeah.
Holy moly.
But Desiree, you have somebody that can help with your brother. You said you had partial custody. Where is he the other time?
With my dad's former wife.
Now, are you getting along with your dad's former wife?
Yeah, we do.
Good.
We do.
All right.
I get along with her son and everybody.
Is that the boy's mother, the one with Downs?
It's not. No, my brother, the one with Downs. We share the same mother.
So this woman takes care of him out of the goodness of her heart?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So listen, Desiree, we have a plan if you stick with us to get you back on the road and get you back to work and all that. All right?
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem. Hang on.
I'd love some listeners to maybe help out on this one.
Yeah. We're going to check Desiree, of course, to make sure it's all true. But these are the kind of people we like helping, the ones who aren't totally desperate and unwilling to help themselves. She seems pretty willing to help herself.
Now,
the women at QC O'Brien Master
is sponsored by your local Ford store.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, 270 is heavy in both directions through Commerce City, and there's an accident on northbound I-25 approaching 6th Avenue, blocking the right lane, with backups to the Downing Street Bridge. Also a crash involving a motorcycle on Federal just south of Hamden, and an accident at 74th in Colorado. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, cloudy this afternoon with some scattered showers. Will cool off to the upper 40s overnight tonight. And then tomorrow for your Wednesday, partly cloudy with a high in the low 70s. Mostly sunny and 80 on Thursday. It's 53 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
In America,
10 seconds, QC O'Brien Master.
Built the cars, trucks, and SUVs of the future for everyone. Built to get through any environment. Built Ford Tough and built for America. Check out Ford's complete line of cars, trucks, and SUVs at your local Ford store today.
O'Brien Legal Services is dedicated to real estate. That's his specialty. We love having O'Brien on board, and you should hire Bradley O'Brien and his team for any kind of real estate transaction. It's amazing how many people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on real estate without a few $100s to review documents. Whether residential or commercial, buying and selling docs, contract reviews, selling financing reviews. How about this? Unmarried couples buying a home together, you need a partnership agreement. What about leases? What about property line disputes, fence issues, easements, adverse possession, liens? All of these things are things that Bradley O'Brien Legal Services can handle. They're our expert on the show here. Don't ever go through real estate without at least calling to ask. OLSlaw.com. OLSlaw.com. 720-370-7388. Over the last 2 summers, I've saved about 90% on my air conditioning bill. Now, you heard me, 90%. That means my air conditioner works maybe 10% of the time. Why is that? QCcolorado.com, the whole house fan people, QCcolorado.com. That stands for Quiet Cool. It's quiet because it's mounted in the ceiling of the upper floor, but the fan motor itself is remote mounted into the attic. Now, they do all of this installation in less than 2 hours, and no wiring in the walls. Everything's remote controlled. And immediately you find the benefits. You see, it immediately cools down your house in the morning and in the evening, so it keeps your air conditioner from working. And all night you have beautiful, fresh, cool air. And in the mornings, fresh, cool air. Here's the bottom line. Save money, plus have beautiful fresh air and a great environment for your home. QCcolorado.com. Also, read about the science in this issue of 303 Consumer Magazine. You can get your digital copy at 303consumer.com. Call QC Colorado, 303-800-3419. That's 800-3419.
All right, check it out. Master Rooter Plumbing has decided to do this. They will send a licensed technician to your house and give you a 100% free estimate on any plumbing need. I had them out a while back, and I said, I want to put a sink right here in my garage and make sure there's hot water to it. They told me it was about $1,100, which is cheap as hell for getting a brand new sink put in, and sure enough, I had it done. They came out 2 days later and knocked it out. They're great people, and I mean it. They really are great people. They've been on our referral list for well over 10 years. Their pricing is unbelievable. The owner, Tony, actually bought brand new excavation equipment less than 4 or 5 months ago. So if you're a contractor or a homeowner or a commercial property owner and you ever need water lines, sewer lines, anything like that, these guys do the entire job because they own all the equipment and they own the excavation company. Write this number down, 720-434-3406, 720-434-3406, or check them out at referralist.com.
The Sharpest Rides in Englewood wants to keep you safe and worry-free during these times, which is why they are making car buying easier than ever right from your home. You can pick out your car right from the Sharpest Rides website, get credit approved, finance, and they will literally drive your new car right to your front door. It's that easy. The Sharpest Rides is the #1 internet car dealer in Colorado. You can shop over 1,000 cars, trucks, and SUVs today at thesharpestrides.com. They have cars under $10,000 and even 2020 models. So get shopping today at thesharpestrides.com.
Electrical mysteries be gone. Just $21. That's Plumline's whole house electrical eviction. Serving the Front Range more than 20 years. Bad outlets, complete panel upgrades, they can do it all. Don't wait for major problems. Call now. Just $21 for a complete electrical inspection. Founded on faith and leadership. A company you can trust. I do in my home. Schedule online. PlumlineServices.com. Service at home. Servants at home. Boulder to Castle Rock. PlumlineServices.com.
Gotta finish this today. 50 on other construction projects typically run smoothly, but this project pipeline is about to burst. Indeed can help him hire the people he needs. Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's Brian with Advanced Mudjacking. Does COVID have you home and you're noticing sinking concrete, interior floors, garage, patio? We can fix it. Call Advanced Mudjacking, 303-424-9441. Advanced Mudjacking at yahoo.com.
Ask a simple question. Ask everyone you know what matters to them. Work the angles. Question authority. Favor facts over conspiracies. And trust standard over hearsay. At MSNBC, this is who we are.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio.
Key in the morning, Dan Caplis in the afternoon.
Getting 630 KPOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices.
All right, let's go to Deputy Dan real quick.
I'm hoping I'm hitting the button right. Dan, what's going on, man?
Hey, Mark, do you hear me?
I got you.
Mark's not going to know this one, I don't think, Dan, because he wasn't here.
What's the update?
Okay, so I sent the emails to you, and Tyrone has been talking to him over the weekend. He just got out of the hospital. This is a guy that had a Ghana scam where they were supposed to send a $10,000 loan.
Now, he refused to believe he was being ripped off, though, Dan.
That's right. And I sent you this email, Tom, if you can see it. So somebody actually impersonated you and sent it to him saying, go ahead and pay this extra money.
Oh, my God. Did you tell him we didn't write it?
Yes, I told him all that, and now he knows he's been scammed, but he did pay like $13,000. I asked him why you did that. He says they just kept on asking for money. So it was a definite scam out of Ghana. I'm sure the lady who he knew over
I don't know how they spoof that email like that, though.
Well, they didn't. Hold on. It says, hold on. They just made it. Tom Martino at Gmail.
Right.
They just made a Gmail account.
Oh, I see. I'm looking at where he forwarded it to me in our help.
No. People can make all kinds of emails. I mean, and then he said it was from Tom Martino. People do that all the time.
Tom Martino at gmail.com.
Right. And so, this sucks, man. Can you believe that they actually took advantage? So this guy does believe. What about the guy when he said he knew him his whole life?
The lady, I don't know. I think he still believes she's a friend, but she had to have been part of the scam. And not only that, I asked him, who knew you were talking to Tom Martino? And he says, nobody. So I don't know where they got this, that they...
Here's the...
maybe a listener.
Here's the letter I supposedly wrote. We're too late. Listen, we're going to continue this tomorrow, Dano. I really want to expose these people.
Maybe it was Dan the whole time.
I'm telling you, this sucks, man. Anyway, do you see why we do what we do? We do this to protect people from all of this, yet they still get snagged. So please, tell people about the show. They'll be wiser for it, plus we'll have fun. And save all your problems for me.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino.
And stay connected with all of us
at 630 KHOW.
KHOW.com.
And on the iHeartRadio app.
Michael Brown is next
on Denver's Talk Station.
630 KHOW.
Another tax deadline has come and gone. Yet another extension? Worse, are you ignoring the IRS? Maybe you haven't filed for years. Is there a back tax debt looming? Hello, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. You need the help of my friend